Yep. All right, guys, here we are. Game number one, best of five, second quarterfinal. This is the opposite side of the bracket from the first set. We'll have Yo in the blue as the Georgians to the southwest, and to the northeast in the red as the Japanese. It will be Villasa.
I think it's a first time, or at least a rare thing to see Japanese in Wallhalla and on Castra. I don't think we ever saw them, or maybe only on Canberra.
Canberra, maybe we saw them once on Bentang. But yeah, definitely an atypical civ for closed maps these days. I mean, they used to be a pretty decent enough closed map civ, but there's just so many other civs that are better were added. But I already love this from Yo. He scouted where his opponent was docking, and he's like, no, 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 I am not going to let you use your Japanese fishing ships.
Yeah, they're docking the same pond. I'm curious to see if Yo will maybe dock both ponds, because he did it on purpose, right? After seeing that
Yes.
one. So he wants to deny that fish. Or steal Vilas's fish, like it's not like that there is a lot of fish there. But let's see how this will go. Georgians, one of the favorite civs on this map so far. I feel like we saw a lot of them.
Well, the monaspa is a fun and fair unit to play against, and the fortified church eco is again fun and fair to play against. So it makes sense. I mean, this is one of the more open maps in this map pool as the game develops. So just having that mobility option with cavalry while also being able to defend yourself from enemy raids just feels so powerful.
Yeah, for sure, and don't forget about the Swan Towers. We saw them quite often on this map, so it's definitely a possibility for the later game for Mr. Yo. But we will see. Already getting Loom. Is he gonna go up after this villager? After a Loom, I mean?
I mean, maybe just try and go for the early fire galley to just shoo your opponent away from the fish as much as possible, because I know that if I'm playing Georgians versus Japanese in a scenario where the Japanese aren't able to utilize their fishing ships that much, you have to be feeling pretty good about your civ on a full land map.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what he's going for. He's going up quite fast, but Vilese is right behind him. He did have 5 idle seconds, but nothing too crazy. And he has a Japanese fishing ship, so they will help a lot in the galley war. I assume we're going there.
That would make sense. Neither player has docked the other pond just yet, and it seems like they're just going to be focusing on sinking each other's fishing ships. But even so, I mean, how much is really going to be left? The perch is already going to be gone by the time Feudal Age is in, and then you're just going to have a few box turtles, which are going to gather quite slowly from the fishing ships. And I don't think you want to invest more than one fire into this.
Well, maybe you want to win it, so maybe 1, 2, until you win. And Vilese already going for the other pond. So he's really investing into the Watcher, it seems. Yo might spot it now, he's going there with a scout. Right into it. Oh no, he ran into a scout.
5 seconds faster to Feudal Age because of the idle time for Villasa, so maybe he could get an extra hit in right there. But as it stands right now, does not see his opponent docking the second pond. He's like going right around it.
Yeah, but he's also going to dock it. So
yeah, well, that's going to be interesting. I mean, red, he will see it because the dock is more line of sight than the villager. And both players are adding a fire galley over to the west. Both are grabbing double pit axe. And, I mean, this is just going to be a little bit of a scuffle here.
Yeah, but Vilese didn't expect a dock, so he started with a fishing ship. And only now he will do a dock, so a fire galley, I mean. So we'll only have a slight advantage on the other pond. With the first pond, though, the water action will now begin. The excitement.
The excitement, the fun. The Yo has 300 more food collected somehow, which is going to be pretty insane for him to get to Castle Age faster. Is accruing a little bit of idle TC time, but yeah, that is totally fine. And now the fishing ships are going to serve their grand purpose as acting like a
oh, he's
a
blocking!
shield.
Oh, but he's finishing with the scouts! Now the villager, Vilese!
This Yo guy's pretty good at AoE too. Oh, no, Lou!
What? But
Wait,
he escaped? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's sick move by Yo again, but get the villager. No, he will not get the villager. Sacrifice the scout? Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Oh,
Don't let him
what are you
in.
doing?
What?
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 Both escape.
How
This
did
feels
that?
like the series of events where the most unlikely thing happened like several times in a row.
Like, that was crazy. Get at least a villager. Wow. Also, I think it was a mistake to let him in at all. But he's gonna still
Yeah.
get a villager? No. He got blue now. But
All right, yeah, Loom is in. The Scout is only at around half HP. It will regenerate HP over time, to be fair, but Villessa should be at least relatively safe for the time being. The res collected have evened up, but Yo already with 5 kills to 0 deaths, and he's about ready to click up to Castle Age.
yeah, Yo is looking so strong. He needs to repair the Fargal Villes. Yo is repairing Villes. He's not. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. But on the other pond, Yo won everything, but he's out of fish. So,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, how much is this really worth fighting over? Because you have 3 extra fishing ships, but they don't mean anything right now.
yeah. Stable blacksmith for Yo, and he's ready to go up to the castle age. He's idle his TC already. Trying to get there. Villes only now getting a market, but he's far from going up. Like, even though he has more rest collected, Yo somehow use them better.
It's it's frustrating when you see these top players just have literally the perfect eco balance and resource distribution, and like it seems like they should be at the same level as their opponent, but it's just they end up ahead. And right now, Yo is going to be getting a significantly better castle age time.
Yeah, nice quick wall here by Yo saving his 1 HP villager, I think. 2 HP villager, and it's dead.
Oh.
Never mind, I jinxed him.
And you know what, Chancellor? It was the Japanese spearman that could get in and had the high enough DPS to kill the ship before it got repaired.
Sick.
You love to see that. Well, that is going to be at least 1 loss there for Yo, and Villas, okay, the demo raft feels a little excessive, but yeah, just a couple fishing ships there will help support his income. He is still going to be a little more than a minute slower to Castle Age, however.
Oh, but moves the villagers at demo. No, what? Why did he spend on the fishing ship? He could have damaged the spearman, the villager. Oh, never mind. Villas is up 2 now. He has a small... small? He has 7 villager lead. Not too small at all.
No, not in the slightest. And he's getting a horse collar before his first farm is seeded. Looks like Yo is going to start to expand. Okay, no, he's just going over to the wood line at the back of his base. And of course, with this map, it's just going to be paramount as to when you're able to expand to the sides and when you can do that safely.
Yeah, that's usually how the map is played. You... Oh, oh. Bye-bye, villager.
A good attempt to get to both the demo and the villager, but ended up just getting the villager.
You're actually doing fish traps. I don't think we have seen that yet on Castra.
Well, on the one hand, it feels like if you can get them in the deep water away from the shoreline, they can be worth it. And it's not like Villas is going for any ranged units, but typically somebody has a ranged unit to attack them.
Well, or monks. Don't forget about monks.
Yep.
It's a range unit in theory.
Yeah, I mean, monks are... they're a unit with range.
Yeah. Okay, so Yo is already moving to the left, doing a TC exactly where he wants to, on the gold and wood. And Villes is now in Castle Age. What's his plan? He has a
Got some
stable.
resources for a TC.
Both are doing scouts, by the way. Is this arena?
Pikemen and 1 TC.
I don't like the DC by Villes at home. Like,
No.
how many trees are left? 8 trees? 9 trees?
You're sort of putting it in a more exposed position to any sort of mangonel attack from Yo or a forward castle or anything like that.
Yeah. Maybe he's too scared to expand. He doesn't know what Yo has, so he didn't go outside yet. But next one has to be on the right side, I guess.
Yeah, there seems to be no real consensus as of yet as to when you should be adding the second TC on the outside, or at least a TC on the outside. Some people do it right away. Some people want a TC at home first, but this time it's going to be Villas going to the same side as Yo, and he is none the wiser that Yo already has a TC there.
And Yo is blocking it with the church. Perfect timing. Oh, that was...
Oh, look at this generation. It's so unfortunate for Villas.
Yeah, yeah. He's doing a monastery now. Okay. Now, not only that he cannot make a DC, he has to walk all the way back, find a new spot on the other side. Maybe it will take him forever to add another DC. So it's quite bad. Okay, he's already moving with other villagers. To
Yeah,
the
he is doing
right.
that. The pikemen are there to escort the villagers, so on the one hand, good play from Yo to make sure his light cab would see a potential movement to the east, and then good from Villasa to make sure that the villagers are going there safely. That said, the fortified churches are going to be so difficult to dislodge, and I mean, it's going to do so much for Yo. It boosts his economy and keeps his eco safe, as he's adding in TC number 3 in this gold area as well.
Yeah, I'm dropping some frames. I don't know, guys, what's happening. So if I'm dropping too many, you can watch Onlu.
Yep.
Same thing anyway. And we're getting a certain center by Yo on the left. So he's really gonna control that area with the help of the church. That's a really nice base for him. Okay. Oh, quick was the monk. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Well done there from Villasa, able to keep the monk alive. He still has the villager lead, and look at this. He is 600 resources collected ahead, so even if it was a better start here for Yo, Villasa keeping his idle TC time down. He's got at least decent eco upgrades, although no wheelbarrow. He's still expanded to the east as he's needed to, and he can start thinking about getting some relics now, too.
Yeah, not too bad at all. He just means that monk. Maybe he can still get it? No. Monk will. Come on, in the last second. So yeah, I mean, game is quite even. Let's see that in a siege workshop. I don't know what's the plan with it. Do you think? No. I was gonna suggest maybe a ram push with pikemen, but I think it will be too silly. There is a spot only for one ram under the church.
Yeah. Yeah, this tree line really does help out Yo quite a bit, so good little cozy area for him to safely gather resources. He's starting on stone as Yo, but not that intensively. He's mostly focused on adding the fortified churches all over his economy to help boost up his income rate. That said, things are still fine for Villasa. My question is going to be, is he going to try and go cav archers here as Japanese, or is he going to go for that more infantry monk CG sort of play?
I mean, what are you expecting from Georgians? It has to be cavalry, right? So maybe you just focus on halbs and trebs? Like, I feel like that could work, no? What are Kavarchis gonna do against monaspas?
Very sad, probably. I mean, on the one hand, the cav archers give you a lot more map control, and you can be a lot more proactive with them. At the same time, it just feels like the halbs are going to be a lot more efficient as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to snatch the relic right out from under the TC of Villasa to the east.
Aw. Does he have a... Oh, he has a pass. In the wood line. Volatile passage, nice. And Villetz is actually pushing with the rams there. There is no... Okay, now he's doing a siege workshop. This is so awkward.
One tile with which to go for the tower rush, or the ram rush, not the tower. See, everything's a tower rush in my mind. You can never escape it. No, but the pikemen will add a little bit of extra DPS there, but it should be able to buy enough time for the mango to come out.
Yeah, he should not lose at church. And, well, I guess Yo later wants to add a castle there instead of a church, because he wants to control that area. But look at his rest. He's getting close to go to Imp already, Mr. Yo.
Yeah, despite still being a little bit behind in the villager numbers, it's just Georgian eco as the game progresses is so insane, especially with fortified churches placed strategically, which Yo has done a very good job of. Mangonel's out there defensively, as we were saying, and there really just isn't an angle in which Yo can be pressured in this area, and I wonder if Villasa might be better suited to just try and push from the right side into Yo's starting base.
Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't push there anymore, at least not in the... Not before he gets to traps. It's impossible to push in Castle Age now, because rams cannot go through, and Mangonels will have to push from downhill, so... Gonna be really... And look at Yo walling everything, like even the scouts cannot get in. And he's on the way to Imp now. His rest collected now actually a bit better. As you said, the Georgian economy is kicking in. I love the stone walls by Villasa though, on the other side. Making sure he secures the right side. But he needs to go to Imp soon as well.
He does, and he invested a lot more into the mid game than Yo did. Yo is just, okay, we have our scouts left over, let's make a few monks, a few siege units, really focus on getting the eco down, and then make that army transition only in the Imperial Age. That said, Yo hasn't really shown what army he actually wants to go for. I mean, he can drop a castle and start his monaspa production, but he hasn't really committed to anything just yet, although he is getting relic number 4.
Also a scripted game, because look, Villa's identity is in the north, your identity is in the south at the same time, making it a mirror for TC. And yeah, a castle now for Yo, where we were talking about, making sure that not Godel of Villas will not do damage. Good micro by both, and Villas is up.
I like the cute little move with the ram to poke at Yo's main base. You know he doesn't really have that much of an army there. Anything you can do to make your opponent's life a bit more uncomfortable, anything you can do to make their eco perhaps a little less efficient.
Yeah, I was sure he was gonna get through in the last second, but nice quick walls by Yo.
Mangonel's there to annoy the villagers, as that poor house. It would be so sad to live in a house that was entirely surrounded by stone walls.
Yeah. And castle for Villese at home, making sure that... Well, on a hill, I like it. Why not?
You still need to defend the heart of your farming eco, so I don't hate it at all.
Yeah. Also gonna wall on the left side to secure the TC in the north. I also like that, but, well, the open area will be like between the dock and the TC on the right and the castle. Gonna be tough to walls there, but let's see how this will go.
Still, like, at a basic level, if you look at the two civs, which one's going to be less mobile? It's going to be Japanese. So anything you can do to restrict the army movement and perhaps force your opponent to take more fights into your super efficient halves, I think that's going to be better and better for Villessa. So I think it's still smart play to try and restrict it as much as possible. Megan, get the knife before dying.
Yeah, wow. Okay, quite a few dead villagers now for Yo, but he got the castle up and he should be fine. So what is Yo doing? Monaspas, right? He has 1 monk, 1 mangonel, 3 monaspas. His economy is not suitable yet for monaspas though. Only 25 farmers, that's not ideal. He has too many on gold, floating 1500.
That's the sort of the downside, right? He has 2 of his 3 TCs, because the 4th TC is brand new, right? So for most of the game, the 2 of the 3 TCs were sort of in this wood and gold area, but obviously you need the food for the Monaspa, and that was just disrupted by the pikemen and ram. So he'll get it sorted out, but it is going to delay the Monaspa switch a little bit.
Yeah. And now I'm cheering for Villesta, because he's doing block printing, and monks are amazing, right? We always cheer for the monks. Getting another relic home, that's gonna be... Wait, not another, that's his first relic. You actually got 4 relics, that's huge for him for the long run.
Yeah, I mean, getting the relic in the middle of the map and the relic right out from under the eastern TC of Villessa, like, Yo is being very diligent with that. And already we're at 12 Monaspa. Before all that long, the stone walls are great, as we've been saying, because we here at Wallhalla2 support walling at every opportunity.
Scouts getting a few kills, Yo paying attention going back, but the Monaspas are now coming, but the walls by Gillette, he loves the Wallhalla. As you said, going for more and more.
One wall deserves another, right? It's Yo did the great job defending on the west side, and this particular generation of Castra just happens to be a bit more difficult to raid. You still have this little eastern area that you need to be watching out for, as I think if Yo just keeps on clicking into the base...
It's still open, yeah. It's still open. Villessa needs to react to that. Let's see what he sees. Because if those Monaspas get in, they can do a lot of damage. 12... Okay, he noticed in the last second.
Perfect. No,
it's still open.
File, I think.
Oh, it's still... No, it's not. There is a lumber
No, it's fine right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the gold mines actually create a bit of a wall there. So already nice there for Villessa. And like we were saying, Halbs and Trebs. I think that...
Ooh, the Monaspas are trapped! No!
Oh no, Yo!
Well, that's why I said Halbs could be amazing here for Villessa. Because remember when you had Monaspas? Only 5 survived.
Oh, that's not ideal. And I love this from Villessa, right? Play to your civilization's strengths. Try and restrict the map so the Halbs can try to force some engagements where even the Monaspas are going to struggle against how good the Japanese Halbs are. Get the Trebs going, get the towers going to start restricting the map. And I love this game from Villessa so far.
He's playing absolutely great. I would still have a wall between his base, like where the market is, to the edge of the map to secure that he's in the north. But he's also doing towers, as you said. We were talking about the Swan Towers, and we forgot to talk about the Yasama Towers, which are, well, the original OP towers.
Oh, yeah. I got 3 trebuchets here. No Kataparuto just yet, but that's still something that you could work towards. It is going to be cheaper to repair those Georgian castles, but even so, 3 trebuchets on level ground. Notice that Vilisa made sure that at least, I think all of his trebuchets are at least not getting a downhill disadvantage.
Yeah, and I love how he's walling the trebs with a stone wall and a gate, like making sure the monaspas will not dive, securing them. And now Yo's economy, oof, that's like, how many villagers does he have there? 66 villagers, like that's more than half of his economy is in that area. And if Vilesa gets in, wow, gonna be a disaster for Yo.
I don't think Yo has a university at all, so no chemistry, no hand cannoneers, which would kind of be essential for him. Yo is trying to utilize the mobility of his monaspa, which in general does sound like a good idea, but more guard towers are coming in, and then once that trebuchet goes down, you're going to have no real way of getting any other damage done, and you can just see Vilisa slowly constricting the map here with his Japanese buildings and infantry.
Yeah, there is one Monaspa raiding in the north, getting some kills that Vilesa needs to pay attention to. But look at his wall, he's also wall in the middle, so basically Vilesa made, like, he's fully walled. Like, third of the map is walled. Yo is in trouble.
This is my third of the map.
Oh, the monks. We have how many? 8 monks? How many instas? 1, 2, 3, 4. Insta.
I mean, it's still going to be a lot of dead monks for sure, but for a ton of very fast, scary Monaspas charging in, it could have been a lot worse there for Vilisa. And then the converted Monaspas plus the Halberdiers that are now fully upgraded, going to be getting the damage done. The Halbs are charging into the base there of Yo. The one Monaspa at the north has done more than any other unit for Yo in this entire game.
He noticed now.
Finally, Vilisa realizes.
Well, 12 villagers and it's regenerating. Remember, he can run away, heal, and come back for more.
But Vilisa and Monaspa are going to try and raid here to the east, but are going to be unsuccessful in doing so. You can even pick up Fortified Wall if you want to as Vilisa. 2,000 plus score lead as Yo is being pushed further and further into the corner of the map. And I'm afraid that these villagers with their nice little suburb are going to be in a lot of danger.
Yeah, Yo is escaping now, but Vilesa already did the damage. If he didn't lose those villagers in the north, he would have been quite ahead. But look, he killed 59 villagers. Without that Monaspa, he would have lost only 9, 10. So he would have been at a sick position. He's still at a great position, but Dunet is C now in what was used to be Yo's town, clearing now the church, so 10 more villagers from Yo will die. He's trying to switch to Skirm, so that's his only hope. And I do want him to wall in front of the university or behind the university, because that's, or the house, because that's always the weak points. Like someone in the chat was talking about it today, that they always stonewall, but I think it was on the stonewall, but they leave like one house. And then they get through that house, so Vilesa should be careful, sir. But the halves are getting so many kills.
Those Japanese halves, John Slow. Oh no.
Yeah. Yo will not give up though. This is the first game.
No.
He's the Wallhalla champion. He cannot give up that easily. He needs to fight.
And Yo is not someone to resign early anyway. And he's had more insane comebacks than almost any other player in AoE 2 history, so can't really blame him for it.
Monaspas are coming, but that's a lot of monks. Vilesa, I don't think he has them group controlled, but he has 4 or 5 targeted. He's getting some instas. Wow. Yeah, you guys gonna lose everything.
Jeez. Monk control, beautiful there for Vilesa. Guard towers are still missing a lot of upgrades, but they still help anchor this position. Vilesa also going to be switching over into the champion line because, well, Yo's making skirmishers, and those champions will eat them for breakfast.
Yeah, and he also found the TC all the way in the west, so Yo is going to lose that as well. Well, Vilesa actually doesn't have too many villagers, you know? He kind of stopped. Okay, is he getting raid? Oh, no. Where's he losing villagers? Or is he just not making them? Because he's only 103. That's not enough, I feel like.
I'm not sure, honestly. To be fair, he's still banking up plenty of resources, but if he was on like 120 vills, I mean, the 50 halbs do as much as the 70 halbs do. And it feels like being able to get those extra upgrades for the towers, picking up Catapulto and Siege Engineers, that might be a little bit better than more halves.
We actually have 8 Japanese monaspas now versus only 2 Georgian monaspas. So he's using them to snipe the traps. This is absolutely beautiful. Vilesa is on a beast mode, dude. Vilesa sees arena and closed maps, beast mode activated.
And it's great to see. I mean, Vilesa is still, him and Sato, I believe, are the only 2 undefeated players left in this tournament.
Oh really? He didn't lose a single game? Same as Sato?
No, he hasn't lost a single game yet.
Wow.
And if he's winning this one, he's going to be 7-0 in Wallhalla2 main event.
Wow. No, he lost one in the qualifiers, I think. We were checking that. I think he lost one in the qualifiers.
In the qualifiers, okay, but yeah, in the main event, he hasn't lost a game yet.
Okay. I don't see him losing this one. Like, Yo is down to 72 villagers, 20 military. He got nothing. There is no coming back here. What a game by Vilesa.
I mean, it's so, like, tactical, right? He's just identifying where on the map he needs to attack, where he needs to expand, and just slowly restricting his opponent's movement with the cavalry units, making sure he's taking as efficient of fights as possible with his halbs, and making sure there's no way for Yo to possibly, you know, get a huge raid or a huge counterattack in.
Yeah, and the walls, the spirit of Wallhalla is with him. He's fully walled.
Yep.
He cannot lose any villagers, and he can solely focus on his attack. Yo is gonna be down to 1 town center now, so even if he wants to reboom, he can't, because he cannot take villagers.
Well, he can reboom. It's just going to take a little while as GG is finally called. Vilesa takes game number 1 in what I would definitely consider an upset. I mean, yeah, Vilesa was great on closed maps, but Yo is the defending champion, and he just got top 3 at an S-tier LAN event, so what an impressive performance.
Yeah, Vilesa beast mode activated. Great set by him so far. And poof. Let's see what's
17
next.
conversions, 17 monks, John Slow. You like to see that?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I see monks on the most created units, I'm happy.
Oh, boy.
Okay, let's see what the home maps for Mr. Yo are.
Oh, you don't even remember all the home maps? He said checking the home maps.
Hillfort and Hideout. Okay. I mean, Yo is great at Hideout.
He is great at Hideout, but Hillfort and Hideout feel like the most standard maps in the pool. Like, if you just want to play a normal, calm game of Age of Empires where you think you're the better player, those would be the maps I would be prioritizing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They are the most standard, as you said. Like, they're not the most aggressive Arabia-like maps, like Eredoia or Bastion. And they're not the clowniest map like Canberra or the Wall or Arena, so I feel like they're good for you.
Yeah. That was also the last pick Civ in Vilesa Japanese, winning over the 3rd pick Civ of Yo in Georgian, so draft-wise, that's already a pretty nice win here for our Finnish player.
For sure. That's absolutely great for him. And the next map is going to be Hillfort, it seems. So what are the civs? I kind of feel like Spanish or Bengalis versus Koreans. Or Saracens.
Yeah, that sounds like it would make sense. Could also see Lithuanians from Vilesa if he wasn't playing them on the hybrid map. So yeah, we'll have to see here. It is going to be Koreans versus Spanish. Literally opposite sides of Eurasia.
Okay. Shit, I didn't get out of the first game. So we probably have spec dealing, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, fine. Oh yeah, so I did get the Spanish right.
Mm-hmm. And you got Koreans right.
Well, did I say Koreans? Well, I said Koreans or Saracens.
There you go.
But I also said Spanish or Bengalis, so yeah, I got it right. Good job.
There you go.
Yeah, so, like, I assume they will aim for wagons against conquistadors. And then Vilesa will say, wait, I have Inquisition monks. That's kind of good against wagons. So you might see a switch to that.
It's going to be the power of the better monks for Spanish versus the power of towers to zone out those monks for Korean. So I really like that dynamic.
I kind of agree. Koreans, like I always say, they don't seem like the best arena civ, but they're one of the better civ to defend a monk rush. Because you get those
Yeah.
guard towers for free, and you get the stone mining bonus, so you can just spam them non-stop and defend against monks.
We'll have to see how this one plays out, guys. 30 seconds. This is going to be Yo's #1 home map, I think. Yep. So have to see if he can tie up this series. We'll need to do so with a civ that has worse monks. Yeah, good clean AOC civ matchup. None of these new crazy OP civs.
Well, will be interesting to see when we get the new 5 civs. How many of them
Oh,
are
yeah,
clown
geez.
civs?
That's the first thing we got to check out is the monk tech trees.
That's always as a protocol in new expansions. Where's the monk civs? Man, remember the starting Bohemians.
Oh, jeez. That with when Hussite wagons were even more OP, they had like 50 more HP. And you
And
had to choose
75, yeah, 75 wood monasteries. That was like, was it 75 or 100?
I think it was 100 wood, because it was 75
It
wood
was
cheaper.
still sick. You could easily spam 4 monasteries at the start, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We did see the tech tree of one of the civs, and they specifically have everything except sanctity, redemption, and block printing.
the anti-clown too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Hill Fort,
What was that?
Korean, Spanish. It was 75, right? Yeah, it
Wow.
was 75. Not
Yeah.
100.
Very fair and balanced, especially with free gold mining upgrades. Well, let's see. Is there going to be a tower rush involved? Because we do see tower rushes occasionally on this map. Of course, you can still get to Castle Age pretty easily as well. And you have to expand out of your base pretty quickly. So that's where the conks can really shine.
I'm never a fan of trash on Hideout. We did see on Hideout on Hillfort. We did see it work. I remember ACCM doing good trash, but I feel like you cannot really do damage, and people should just not worry about the trash. You just wall from the wood line to the edge, and that's it. They cannot go through your town center. Do the farms at the back.
Yeah, maybe if it were regular palisade walls, it would be easier. But these are the fortified palisades with double the HP, so it just takes that much longer to get through. You're going uphill, and it's pretty comfortable to defend your starting area to get to Castle Age anyway.
Yeah, and even if you break through, like it's super easy to defend, like minimal walls, and you're fine. But let's see. Villes probably will go for Conte, but Yo needs to go Beast Mode now. He needs to win, because if he'll go 0-2, he might start sweating. Like he will need 3 victories.
Yeah, that'll be tough to come back for sure, but already with Yo having 3 farms, that definitely indicates he is going to be going for his own fast castle. But if you go war wagons into conquistadors, I mean, neither unit is especially great versus the other, but it feels like the conquistador player might have an easier time adding in the monks to support that, or adding in the eco behind it.
Yeah, I think that should be the switch. Once he sees the wagons, we're not sure that we will see wagons, because Koreans have other options, but if wagons will come, monks should definitely be there. Or Villes. I just remember that Yo is actually not only the Wallhalla2 champion, he's also a sudden disaster champion.
Yeah.
So he's been winning all the clown events recently, and going out in the quarterfinal will be a disaster. Not very Yo-like.
It would be a sudden disaster because there was only one set.
Yeah. We'll see. Yo is already gone on stone, so that does seem like the wagon play.
And so is Villessa. Of course, conquistadors feel more obvious than the wagons we're doing, like you're saying, but could just end up in a good old unique unit versus unique unit matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's also Master of Sokotra champion. He's winning everything, dude. He's winning except all the clown events.
He's winning all the events that matter.
Yeah, for sure. Except Masters of Arena. But
That's true.
But yeah.
Who's the most recent Masters Arena champion? Was that Slam? Or was there someone after Slam?
No. Recent? Was it? Wow, I have a brain fart now. Was it? It
Yeah.
was Winchester in the final, I'm almost certain. No,
Tato won a Masters Arena. I don't know if it was the most recent one.
man, how can I,
Maybe it was
how do I not
French.
remember that? It's my tournament, for the love of God. Oh
Finch
my God.
Tato.
Yeah, it was Tato. It was Tato. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
did remember Vinch, but he lost to Tato in the final. Yes, Force
Yes,
3.
yes. Yeah, that was a really great set. I remember it now.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we're just goofing around here as we're just kind of waiting for the Castle Age to come in. One villager later here for Villasa, nothing really that impactful one way or the other. Yo, just going to be up a little bit faster, and we'll have to see. One, yes, both players are going to go for a castle drop, but is either player adding eco behind it?
I guess they should. Maybe at the start, first few minutes, they will focus on military, try to run around, raid, trying to find a spot to do damage. Maybe Vilas can run at the back here, use the stone and wood of Yo. Yo can do the same on the wood line, try to get some kills, but then they will have to add economy. You cannot really go in all in on this map because unlike Arena where you can focus on one spot and push there, here the map is quite open on the side, so even if you're getting pushed, you can always expand your economy, so it's tougher to go all in, I think.
Yeah, we saw how powerful that can be in the last set with ACCM versus Sora.
Yeah,
That who cares if you're getting pushed? Just take the entire rest of the map and you're good to go.
yeah. But Sorkum had a good run, I think, and he can be happy with his tournament. For me, he was a surprise of the tournament. He played so good.
Yeah, he played really well in the game he won too. So I think that if he was up against a lesser player than ACCM, who just gave him so few opportunities, I think he still could have done really well.
Yeah, for sure. So both are up now. Some idle time for both. Nothing too crazy. 11 seconds, 4 seconds. Yo is one villager less. He'll be faster. Both will do castles at home, right? It makes no sense to go forward on Hillfort. There is nowhere to go. Like,
Yeah.
you
You just build it on the low ground so that you're in prime position to get trebucheted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense maybe to do it on the side on some hill to defend some economies there, but why? Just do it at home, safer. And,
Yeah. No double bit it. Oh, I said no double bit in axe yet for Villasa. Literally the second he collects it. Okay, so yeah, everyone's getting their eco upgrades. Everyone's going to be dropping their castles, and really, it's all just going to be a question of the follow-up. I do like though that we already have 10 farms out here for red.
yeah, I mean, he needs them for the conquistadors. Yo doesn't need that much food. He needs wood and gold for the wagons. But he will need to get Fletching, he will need to get Botkin, and Villasa doesn't need any of that, so that's something nice for him. Oh, wait, Yo is coming forward. Yo? Do we really want that?
Okay, hear me out. You go for the castle, and then you add towers behind it. Yo still has 4 villas on stone. I think that might be his game plan.
I hate that castle.
I do too. I think you can just use the wagons to buy space for the towers, because this just puts your castle in a very precarious position.
Yeah, I mean, Villasa goes to him, he has he doesn't even need to go outside of his base, he will just grab it from within. Yeah, that's exactly the castle that Yo should have done in his base, what Villasa is doing at home.
Yeah, I mean, it'll protect the front of his base. Yo would have to start pressuring on the sides. That said, Yo could still conceivably go for like a tower on the east side of Villas's base to deny the gold there. That said, Yo doesn't actually know where the gold is, so that's a little bit more awkward. Villasa looks like, yeah, he's just going to be adding a TC on the outside, so I like his game plan more already.
Yeah, that's good. The PC is a bit awkward, because like it's right downhill and the gold is exposed if you come with wagons. From the other side, but okay, why not?
Yeah, just a little bit of a scout scuffle there to the southwest of Villas's base. He's able to pick up the bow saw upgrade, which is going to be quite helpful. First conquistador's on the way. Meanwhile, we're about to be at wagon number 3, and Yo's actually going home, so he just kind of built a castle in the middle of the map. Huh.
Yeah, I would have loved some towers, but maybe he's scared of conquistadors sniping his villagers early on, so he doesn't want to do that. Unless I got the TC up, and Yo will now spot it, so maybe he will want to go and raid there a bit.
Yeah, it feels like a siege workshop and some towers on the high ground there could be a nightmare for Villessa to deal with. I mean, he just kind of had to build the TC there because that's where the gold happened to spawn. But already we have Yo starting to marshal his forces here, going to be going towards the eastern portion of the map.
Yeah, he still needs to get Botkin. He got only Fletchy now, but he's working on it. And he's coming. But the conquistadors are there. Okay, how do conquistadors trade with wagons? I kind of feel like wagons should wreck, no?
Well, without Bodkin, you don't outrange, or you don't even match the range of conquistadors, which is a little bit tricky. But wagons just have so many stats per unit that the conks are going to struggle.
Look what Yo is already doing. Very early ballistics. That's huge, I think.
Absolutely. Got one of the best ways of dealing with the conquistadors is just ranged units with ballistics. Those are wagons. And that is going to be a big help to him. Clearly a very heavy focus on the wagons themselves as the core part of his army. So he needs to get damage done because he's still only on the 1 TC.
Yeah, he's going all in. He got Botkin now, got ballistics, so he can definitely cannot add down Sanders at the moment. But look at his wood. He still has wood for like a TC. What do you think about actually forwarding a siege workshop now next to the town center of Villessa?
Yeah, that's what I thought he would be doing with the war wagons to give a bit more staying power to his push, but he does snipe villager number 1. It is actually first blood in this game. Injured scout cavalry is actually going to heal right back up at the castle. A monastery as well here for Yo, so he is still not at all concerned with adding an eco. He just wants to keep up the pressure on his opponent.
Yeah, and he's also adding a barracks. I guess he wants to get a stable and get husbandry too, so he's completely going all in. Like, all the upgrades.
Yeah.
I think monastery is more for devotion rather than monks, but he can obviously get both.
Probably a monk and then devotion so he can start picking up relics. I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah.
And heal up the injured conquistadors war wagons. Also a good idea. But speaking of monks, Villas has got the double monastery. He can pick up Inquisition. He already has a castle. And this is what we're saying, that in the dynamic between the two unique unit plays, usually it's going to come down to who has the better monks. And in this case, it's going to be Spanish and Villasa.
For sure, but let's see. He doesn't have devotion yet. He's gonna attack downhill. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. But only one conversion.
Could have been worse, I suppose, but not really the great start you're looking for when you're 7 vills behind and Bowsaw behind. Okay, now the second TC is coming in for Yo, but obviously far slower than that of his opponent. And right now, Villas is just cruising. He's defending with his monks. He has a few conquistadors to make sure that Yo can't be super safe at home. And he's just chilling.
Yeah. We didn't get Inquisition yet. No, not yet. It's not that expensive. Like, how much does it cost? Actually, we can see.
200 food, 300 gold, I believe.
400. Oh, no, that's Supremacy. Yeah. 100 food, 300 gold. You're right. So it's quite easy to get. I think we should definitely aim for it. Okay, now we need the... You are probably a scientist. You know stuff like that. Does Inquisition go 50-50? Like, does it counter Devotion?
Yeah, they cancel each other out.
So basically, if you have Inquisition and your opponent has Devotion, it's basically like none has like both have neither.
Exactly.
Okay. Since they even ruined Inquisition, you bastards. 30C by Villasa. Yeah, freaking Devotion.
Yeah, third TC from Villasa on the high ground. Super important area for him to control, as it will protect the whole side of the map from him. Really, really like that. He was able to do that because he knew where his opponent's war wagons were. So you can just take those villagers and add the TC where you know your opponent's army is not located.
Husbandry and Devotion now for Mr. Yo. But Villasa already has a very nice economy lead. Like, in villagers, if he doesn't... Titanic with the micro of the monks, I feel like he will be in a great spot. Like, Yo needs to do damage. He needs to do it soon. Or else Villasa will just outboom him. Even though Yo is now adding a 30C too. But not too bad.
Yes, and I mean, Yo's doing a good job getting his own eco behind this, and I think there is something to be said that Yo isn't going to be falling further behind, most likely, in Eco. He's just going to probably be staying maybe around 1,000 resources behind. So if you can still manage to take good fights with a better army, you can make that work. And he's going to get a monk for free here that is taking the wrong route back home.
Okay. Go convert. Bosso incoming.
Yep.
Should get 3 conversion. 4.
It's
Insta.
no, I still
Only
think
1? Come on.
I mean, it's devotion versus no inquisition, right? So it's gonna be a little bit harder to convert.
Alright. In my head he had Inquisition already.
Yeah.
But it's just a dream.
It was all a fever dream that we woke up from, and there was only devotion.
Trap
There was
him!
No,
Trap him, Vilesa! Go do something! Like he has a villager on the gold there. Like wall him in,
yeah.
and then surround him with monks. Ah, come on. He's not going.
Tragic. Well, that monk from Yo to the southwest is going to have a bit of a bad day as the conks are going to come in. As the 4th TC comes down from Vilasa, his macro has been quite solid. 73 Vils for him. Same eco upgrades as his opponent, and he is just sort of hanging out, making sure that he can get towards the late game, where, I mean, to be fair, Spanish and Koreans are both fantastic late game civs, so I still think that you can feel pretty confident, though, as Vilasa going into this.
Yeah, and 1 more conversion, but that's a lot of wagons, and Vilasa gotta be careful.
There are 6 monks on the field. There's 1 in the TC. There's 1 sort of to the southeast of the TC, but that seems to be it in this part of the map. So that's a significant amount of idle time. That's like a third of your eco that's currently sitting in TC. Says Villas is going to go for a counter castle.
Yeah, that's a sick castle. But I'm still sad that we're not in Inquisition. It's so cheap. You just get it. Did he forget? He probably forgot about it.
Yeah, maybe. But more monks are coming in, and that should be enough to drive away the wagons for the time being. But another Vill is going to die. Yo, still showing a great KD so far.
Oh, but Yo's castle!
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. Oh, both are... but Yo's castle is better. It's between 2 town centers.
Yeah.
Well, should get it up. We are getting some conversions. He canceled the castle!
Oh, and the Vills are now just kind of jumping around. Okay, no, he remakes the castle, but there are now 5 Spanish war wagons.
No.
And a tower coming in, too.
That castle is denied.
You gotta respect the monks, my man.
Yeah, we now have same amount of... No, we actually have more wagons for the Koreans still. Kind of like the monaspas in the previous game, but... Yeah, Vilesa is monking his way to victory again, or what? Like, he has 13 villager lead, 1 TC more, he's taking the TC of Yo on the left, for sure. Yo is gonna do 1 more, forced to do 1 more. He's at a good spot, but check Yo's resources. If he now goes for neurons activated and he sells everything and goes to Imp, maybe he can start pushing with traps.
And what I like from Yo is that even if the wagon conversions were definitely a bit unfortunate, shall we say, he's keeping his macro strong behind it. His idle TC time is very low, and all of the idling he caused from his opponent is actually given Yo the res collected advantage despite being behind in villagers.
Yeah, crazy. And look at him now. He says, Vilesa, you do a castle on me, I do a castle on you. So he's dropping a castle on Vilesa's economy. Well, Vilesa has only, what, 9 villagers there. He's gonna lose a stone, which is not great, but not too bad for him. But stop sending villagers there, Vilesa. You have to go away from there.
And we got the donks coming in. Oh boy.
Ooh.
It is missionary time, guys. The unit we all want to see here. Now, the only thing that's missing is turtle ships.
Is that really a good idea to do missionaries here? I don't know. I mean, I love seeing them. They do look cool, and they're monks on donkeys. I mean, how you can not love it? But their range is smaller, but they're faster.
Yep. Maybe next patch when they get the cav armor, they'll be a bit better in these sorts of situations, but obviously that's not the case yet. You can at least better chase down the war wagons. They do have similar movement speed.
Well, he got husbandry now, so he's gonna
Yep.
be even faster, Villessa. Well, he's still getting stone. I mean, he doesn't care about the castle. There is a wagon there. But look at Villessa resources. Villessa is now almost ready to go up to him.
Yeah, Yo's sticking around in Castle Age a lot longer. The war wagons are, as it happens, pretty good at war wagons because they kill each other very slowly. So that's just gonna give Villas a time to get the rest of his army in position.
The monks, no! He's gonna get
Oh.
conversions. He got a lot of conversions.
He did. We're looking at 9 war wagons versus 10. Oh, but all the monks are going down.
Oh, the donkeys. Well, both lost a lot, but Villas is imping. I think he's at a good spot.
He still has double the war wagons, though, and the second castle for his unique unit production there is essential, but still not clicked up, and he's still a little ways off from doing so. But that's a lot of vills that could end up being pretty exposed here as the reinforcements are coming in for Yo, and there's Inquisition.
Finally. Final Inquisition, but you gotta run from the Villas, and he's now escaping. That's good. Sacrifice the wagon, saves the villagers, dude. The wagons are traitors anyway. No.
They deserve a traitor's death.
Okay, but I want more monasteries. We got only 2, like, that's not enough.
We got a couple more conversions coming in here from the high ground. There's one unit going over as Inquisition is now in. It is not Outquisition, it is Inquisition.
Okay, University for Villessa. I guess he wants to get Chemistry. Yo is also up now, so Villessa is 1.5 minutes faster to him. But
this is still looking pretty good for Villas, huh? He's basically still slightly ahead of his opponent in terms of eco. He's got a lot of conquistadors to harass with, and he's going to have a nice lead in the Treb War.
yeah, for sure, he will have that hill advantage we talked about from the start. Like,
Yep.
that's why we didn't like Yo's castle there. Soon see how fast it goes down.
Stonewall's coming up on the side, and another forward castle from Yo. Okay, well, he was going to be more forward than that. This one's going to end up being a lot safer, which is likely going to pan out better anyway, considering that he's got 2 castles that are easily in range of Trebs from the high ground.
Yeah, I love that wall, as you said, by Villessa. Again, securing his economy. And Trebs are coming. Block printing, devotion. I would love to see a castle by Villessa between his 2 town centers on the right, because he has a lot of villagers there, and the area is quite exposed. If he can get it, even though he's not on stones, it might be tough. Now he's getting some stone in the south. But I feel like he's...
Yeah, that was sort of the one really good thing that Yo was doing, is he was denying that stone for a while. For a second, I thought Villas was getting a market set up like he's playing a team game, but no, it's Siege Workshop and Monastery set up at the edge of the map, which makes a lot more sense in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So Yo is doing light cav and wagons. I feel like Villessa will need some halbs. You cannot go for... Well, he's doing conquistadors and monks. But maybe halbs
It's going to be tricky, because the Korean light cav are not very good, and Yo's farming income is not exactly exciting either. And yet, it doesn't take that many light cav to kill a lot of monks if you're not careful, and those war wagons are still really tanky.
Yeah, look how fast that castle went down. I wonder if he will go for the one on the at the bottom now, or yeah, he's going there with the traps. It's a lot of wagons though. Like it's a big group.
Yeah.
Like for Villessa, why?
Yo could pick up Faith, actually. He does have the resources for it. No heresy, of course, for Koreans.
I think it's worth it, actually, you know? I would go for it.
Yeah. I mean, Faith is a pretty situational tech, but I think this is the situation for it.
Yeah, for sure.
What are those war wagons doing? What? They're just like strewn half across the map.
Is he switching to skirms? We're getting ballistics. We got a range. I don't know what. Villassa kind of forgot about his military in the south. He's not really using it. Okay, now he's using it. But the castle is down. Yo has... Well, he made 2 new castles. One in his base, and well, one was there for a while now.
Yeah, but Vilissa still has this forward position. Yo has lost the TC to the west of the map. He's just now started his bombard production. No elite war wagon in it either, which would definitely be a very helpful upgrade, giving you that extra range, armor, and HP.
Okay, Vilessa needs to finish the wall. Okay, that's nice. Gonna buy himself some time, even though it's easy still to go around the wood line. But now the donkey monks are coming.
Oh boy.
Is he deleting? No, he's not deleting. They're just dying to the conks. Wow, okay. Leave the donkeys alone. He's chasing them, but the conks are killing everything.
Wow, guys. Vilissa is 40 pop ahead of Mr. Yo right now. Only 9 war wagons are left to be produced from 2 castles. Vilissa still has the forward position with his own castle. He's getting stables up at the back. Of course, Spanish Hussar raids are going to be a lot scarier than it is for Koreans. And he is looking really nice here in this game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, he's repairing the PC forever. He should just send a villager to kill the trap that Yo is attacking him with. He's doing a castle in the south to secure the stone, and well, I really like how he's playing it. But like, does he stay on conks and monks the whole game?
Well, he's adding in the Hussars, right? To raid Yo to death?
Oh yeah, yeah. Alright.
And he's also adding archery ranges on the high ground to add in skirmishers. So I think that Villis is still rounding out his army composition as he needs to. He's got 3 bombard cannons, 2 trebs.
Oh, but all this time and Villesi did not get redemption, so his castle is now getting bamboozled by cannons, and he cannot convert them. And Yo is now raiding a bit, getting some donkeys with a light kev on the other side, but Villesi has enough conquistadors to cleanse it. So that Korean light kev are not the scariest, but Korean towers are. And he's denying the wood line now next to the treb.
The map's almost out of stone, though, and all of the remaining stone is available to Vilassa, so your ability to continuously add towers all over the place is somewhat limited at this point as the Koreans player.
Yeah, and Vilassa gonna snipe the trap now, sending the light kevs. There is a cannon there too, but he doesn't even need to use it, like I'm doing the job. And on
Vilassa does keep the TC alive.
Yeah? How much repairs? We can see how much damage. Oh my god, 8,300 damage taken.
That's for TC repairs. That is super expensive. I wish you could see how much resources went into repairing.
Yeah, I always wanted that. Maybe one day we'll get it.
Yeah.
On the other side, Vilessa did kill the TC of Yo, so now you can advance even more forward with the traps, sending the conks a bit to raid. Now elite war wagon for Mr. Yo, and he's trying to push.
It is a very strong elite upgrade. 33% more HP, 1 more pierce armor, and 1 more range. Supremacy is on its way, but not in yet. The mighty Korean light cav doing their work. And yet, oh, the donks are coming in, and you got to run away from those donks.
Okay, gets a cannon, run away. Perfect.
Stables over to the west as well here from Vilassa. He's the one who's cruising at max pop. Yo still struggling to get even close.
Now we got supremacy for Vilassa, so time to send that villager meat shield.
Look at all those missionaries in the back. Now they do have 11 range with block printing and Inquisition, and the war wagons just can't keep up.
I absolutely love it.
That's some good monk control there from Vilassa. War wagons are coming right back forward, but your actual war wagon production here is getting pretty limited at this point. With only 36 on food, it's difficult to make enough light cav, and the bombard can to the west goes down, and there's still conks being annoying.
Well, wagons are definitely better now since they are elite. The conquistadors are still not elite, but Yo is struggling. His farm Nico is not the greatest support light cap, and the light cap are, well, are pleb anyway. And Vilessa is gonna push Yo off the map on the west here. Yo is out of space. Ooh, he's gonna do a castle with one villager. That's a brave castle, almost in trap
Uh,
range.
well, right now, Yo really needs wagon production. He's got tons of resources with which to make the war wagons. He just doesn't seem to quite have the production right now, and that seems to be a big issue. He has conscription, but, I mean, you need to queue up those units, Yo. Bombard Cannon there can help out a little bit as well, but right now, Villasa is at 200 pop. He is cruising, and this is going to become so difficult for Yo to stay afloat in this game.
Yeah. Villas took the tower down, took a cannon next to the castle of Mr. Yo in the north. He did manage to get the castle up, Mr. Yo. And his economy is still standing. There is one cannon going for the trap. Villas trying to repair. Will he save it? Oh no. Punish the villagers by sending them to fight now after failing to repair. They have supremacy, they can fight. But
Exactly.
on the other side, Yo has no military, and Villas is pushing with cannons, crabs, donkeys.
A couple more war wagons gonna get converted right there for Mr. Yo, and I mean, it's just like, where is Yo actually going in this game? He's just trying to run around and put out all these fires, but he's not pushing his opponent. He's not really getting his population up. He hasn't developed a stronger trash unit than Korean Light Cav, and it just feels like Villasa is just still dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he has doubled the military, he has more villagers. He's the one with the siege, he's the one pushing it. It's looking really, really good for him. Yo is now trying to switch to pikes and rams. Not really something Koreans are known for. This will not the rams. Oh, but he's losing a ram to one hussar. Oh, but he might get the cannon on the left side. No, he's not even attacking it. He's attacking the staple. He didn't know this. But the wagons are there, it doesn't matter.
Cap ram even gets denied. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, and the castle in the north is down. So, 2 castles left only for Mr. Yo. And now all of his economy in the north is exposed for the raids by the hussars. There is 1 TC, but will go down so fast. And Villasa is, well, the castle could go up on the hill, no? Like, get it higher.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised it's not up completely up the hill, but this should be good enough. Hussars running around everywhere. Ironically, Yo's population is finally starting to climb, but that's probably not going to be happening much long term, as there are still... I mean, 24 war wagons is not bad, I guess.
Yeah, but look at all those villagers in the north, like 25 only outside of the TC, even more, like it's gonna be more than 30 that village. Why is Villas just kill the villagers?
Run, peasants, run away!
Wow, they're running into the battlefield. You don't want to run there, and GG is cold.
And
wow,
our defending Wallhalla champion is 1 game away from getting swept by Villasa, who is not even close to full time in AoE right now.
Villas is on beast mode. I have no words. He's playing the best I've seen him ever, and like especially when he's out of form, he's playing the best.
Yeah. Wild stuff. Yo actually more gold collected in that game, but just could never get as efficient enough of an army. And right now, I mean, Yo is just looking outmatched in a pretty normal AoE game compared to Villasa. Not exactly something that I think either of us expected at the moment.
For sure. I expected Villasa to take 1 game, maybe 2. And he already took them after 2 games, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Not because he's bad, just because Yo is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's still already. He needs only 1 more victory to go to the semi-final. Wow. Where he plays... I don't remember.
Winner of Viper and Valas.
Oh, right. Because we might get a Finnish derby. Villasa
We
versus
easily
Wallhalla2.
could.
Okay. Well, let's see what's next.
Arena itself.
Is it gonna be Arena?
Well, I mean, Yo
sure?
needs to win out from here anyway, so I mean, it doesn't really matter which map ordering you prefer.
For sure. But maybe for, like, at least to start some wins, maybe he wants to go for a map that he shines on, like Hideout. But But let's see, did they already select one?
I mean, it's on Arena right now, so.
Oh, they already selected. Okay, yeah, they have Arena selected in the lobby. So it's gonna be Arena, as you said. And let's try to guess the civs. Let's try to be smart. SEO, I think you would have gone
Burgundians,
for
Teutons.
Burgundian Teutons. I can see
Vilissa
Teutons
already
for
went
sure.
Teutons, right? Didn't he have an insane? Yeah, he had a really sick game with Teutons earlier
Remind me against with what?
against Kingstone. Yeah, I remember that game. I just checked on Wikipedia, where he won by constructing the map against Turks in the late game as Teutons, which was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, there was something like that. I remember now.
Or I could just be completely wrong. I could look like a fool.
What did we get? Let's see. Well, you were right about the Turks, but
No, I said Burgundians. I'm just all sorts of wrong.
oh, didn't you say Turks?
I I thought I said Burgundians.
Yeah, I said Burgundians. I don't know why I said Turks. Well, that's not the matchup I expected to. Turks against Lithuanians. Interesting. Interesting. I guess it all depends on the map layout. Like, if it's a very close one, I think it's better for Turks if they play Janissaries, but if they're a bit far away, maybe Lithuanians are better. Actually, I don't know. Maybe in the direct matchup, here I prefer Turks, actually. I'm not sure. Maybe Lithuanians, even.
I think I might like Turks a little bit more still, because they're looking at two civs that don't really have strong eco bonuses, and I feel like it might be a little bit tough for Lithuanians to close out a game early against a civ that has such strong scout play, but I mean, it still could go either way.
Yeah, well, Vilessa, we have seen Tracy Monk controlled by him already, so
Yeah.
he will need he will need it here too, because he will need the relics, even if he is only thinking about the normal, let's call it later game. He will still need the relics for the lighties. And well, let's see. I think the map will decide a lot. We will now see it.
Alrighty, guys, here we are. An arena map that is shaped like a fish that's swimming downward.
What is that?
Because it's definitely a fish swimming downward, John. So come on, it's a very chubby fish.
It is a fish, I agree, but I don't think I've ever seen like a back base split into two like that, like Mr. Yaw has. Beautiful. Okay.
Playboy logo? Oh yeah, like a rabbit here and the ears are at the top. Yeah, I can see that.
Or a carrot.
All right,
It can be a carrot too.
Oh yeah. Nice carrot. Oh man. Turks here free out to the north, guys, as we're saying. Villas, Red Lithuanians to the south, 1 game away from the semifinals, is 8-0 in the main event of this tournament. Vilessa, who has not really been making waves in S-tier events for a year or so.
I miss the old Villasen, dude. I like every NACs. Remember when he was going to NACs, like when he was top 8? I was cheering for him like crazy every time.
I was going to NACs.
I miss him at the top. He's one of my favorite players, I think, at least personality wise.
Just good, super solid, smart, strategic play.
Yeah.
No pure hamster micro execution.
Yeah, and he's also a delight, like in real life. So I absolutely love him, and yeah, I want him at the top. So yeah, as a map, I don't think it's too bad for you actually. They're quite close to each other. So Janissaries could be the play.
I think Janissaries could be the play. Actually, this is an excellent opportunity to ask you, as we're just kind of winding our way through Dark Age here. What did you think of the approach that Sora had in the last set on Arena versus Malay? Because it was Turk, same civ here as Yo. and going for the much more late game oriented approach, like booming a 4 TCs and map control.
I don't like it. I was talking about him needing to go for Janissaries, and then he didn't. And I feel like especially on this version of Arena, when you're close to each other, you have to go Janissaries, else Turks will be in trouble. And I think that's exactly what Yo is doing, because look, he's already on stone.
Indeed, he is. The only reason I thought it was an interesting play from Sora is because he was against Malay, and I just generally don't like playing against Malay in a situation where you need to rely on getting a faster uptime than your opponent, because that just feels so difficult.
Yeah, but ACCM was just booming, right? So
Yeah.
if he tried to do the damage, ACCM was not ready for that.
Yeah, that's true, and guess it's one of those what if situations, and he ended up losing his front forward control anyway, and that just ended up costing him the game. But Yo's approach here is going to be completely different. It is going to be that Janissary centric
Let's
approach.
not do
And
bets.
Lithuanians, well, they have good skirmishers. Just saying.
They do have great
Throwing
skirms.
that out there gently.
Man, can Turks even win without elite skirmishers? Like, what is that team?
Yeah, who knows, man. So, I guess the next question we need to ask is how quickly do you click up? Okay, well, it's going to be 25 pops. So what do you think about the 25 pop-up here from Yo?
I mean, normal arena, this will be too fast on it. But this is 9 villager started arenas. I think it's completely fine. Like, the mass is different on this on the 9 villager start. So I think it's completely fine. I'm curious to see what Villessa will do. He's up as well, 1 villager more, 25. But, well, it can be anything. He can still add a barracks and go scouts. He can just boom. I think it's too late for boom. It might be monks. I think it should be monks.
Oh, is it going to be the classic, like, old-school arena style, double monastery boom behind it?
I think that should be the play, especially versus Janissaries. Yeah, he doesn't know what's coming, but I feel like it will be perfect to face Janissaries.
This is what I picked every single arena game at the start of DE, as I went Lithuanians, double monastery boom behind it.
Well,
so let's see if Villas can do that, but he's got a lot of forward resources.
yeah, that could be problematic. Oh no, he's in a barracks. No. Don't tell me he's going scouts. That would be a disaster. Like, especially with a map like his, where everything is forward, you cannot allow your opponent to push you. And I mean, it will only work if Yo becomes greedy and goes for a forward castle. But if he just does it at home, the scouts will be useless. But Villessa can go for the big brain move and do, like, insta-skirms. Now it's a stable, I think he's dead.
It's going to be pretty tough for sure. With all those forward resources, the scouts obviously just do not perform very well versus the Janissaries whatsoever. And several Janissaries out on the map is going to be really tough to stop. I guess the question then becomes, is Yo going to be going for a fast imp behind it, or is he going to be going with forward siege workshop? What do you think would be the best play there?
I think it should be Castle Age push, Rams and Janissaries. Because if you go to Imp, give your opponent time, you can even mass monks with Redemption, even convert cannons. Yeah, it's not easy with Castle Age monks, but still possible. And especially when your opponent is doing scouts, you mess a few Janissaries, then forward siege workshop, like Villessa's economy will be quite bad. He won't be able to stop you with scouts, so I think Yo should do the damage here in Castle Age.
Yeah, totally agree. Although, to be fair to Yo, he does not know that his opponent has a really lousy map, as there's no real way for him to have scouted that at this stage. Multiple scouts on the map for Villa, so it's not like Yo was going forward anyway. And another question is going to be, does Yo keep the villas on stone after the initial castle? Because you might be thinking of a follow-up castle, or you might be trying to either go to Imp or add TCs behind it. Just because you're opening with Janissaries doesn't necessarily mean you're locked into any one particular approach.
I think you stay. I think you stay on stone. I think you mess a few Janissaries forward, the workshop breaks through, and try to go for another castle forward. Like, you commit completely 1 TC Janissaries. That's how I would play it. But I'm a pleb, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's There's always different routes you can take in the game. You got more farms coming in for you, a couple vills over there, and it looks like, well, at least in the short run, almost all of the stone miners are going to be pulled here for the castle, and there's still nothing too clear as to what the follow-up is behind that. And meanwhile, for Villessa, of course, he is just going scouts and is going to add TCs.
Yeah. And that's what I like about forward stone, actually. Usually it's bad, but what I like about it is that you can just pull the villagers off the stone, make a castle, and then you can use others for food, gold, whatever you need. And Villessa, ooh, okay, look at Villessa. He's still going for double monastery. So scouts into double monastery. Okay, I don't like that. I don't hate that, sorry. It just was a waste of residual scouts. And even light cav, like, you don't really need light cav. You already wasted enough. Why waste 150 more food and 50 gold?
Yeah, a little odd in terms of the ordering of all of these buildings. I think it's just, okay, I wanted to open Light Cav in case my opponent was not going for Janissaries, but, well, he is going Janissaries. You need to have a good reaction to that, and the double Monastery Monk play for Lithuanians with that nice faster work rate as well. Going to be at least a pretty good answer here as the Janissary production has started for Mr. Yo.
Yeah. I kind of feel like best move for Villessa will be to stay on two-tone centers, like focus on gold, and he's diving on the monk. Oh, no! The light got converted! Oh no! Oh no!
Yo's Light Cav gets a kill right there, and Yo is not ready to go out of the tournament just yet. His idle TC time is relatively low. He's adding in the farms, and like you were suggesting, he is on stone, so it looks like this is going to be for heavy Castle Age pressure. There's a lot of houses at the front, which could honestly just end up getting pressured really easily by all these ranged units of Mr. Yo.
Yeah, but Villessa is not listening to me. He's adding a certain center. Kind of feel like he will need Imp, and he will delay himself quite a bit by adding a 30C. But yeah, look how bad his light cav decision was. Not only that he lost all of them, he also gave Yo one. And now his monks are very vulnerable to that one annoying light cav.
Yep, Janissary numbers are steadily climbing at this point. Yo does have a lot of bills on gold, but he is adding in farms behind it. Honestly, pretty good eco balance, all things considered, trying to bait the enemy light cav into his Janissaries. Might get the kill, and indeed he does, and that is, well, as we're saying, a lot of wasted resources, and the 3 TCs gonna keep you in Castle Age for a good long while.
Yeah, well, but he's getting a small economy lead already, could have been much better again. But still, he's already 8 ahead. 4 monks, there are 7 Janissaries. I think Yo needs devotion soon. He can already afford it.
Needs to go ahead and pick up devotion.
Once you see monks, you need to get devotion. I think that's a very easy equation. Like,
especially with the monastery up already.
And yeah, here comes the siege workshop we were talking about. Villessa gonna grab that relic first. Light cav is coming though. Oh, and the Janissaries are coming. Villessa can see them. He should get out of range.
Can try and maybe head them off though with some conversions, but they keep running out of range. No. Rip.
Yeah, great micro by Yo.
Relic falling to the left, as it always does whenever it's possible to do so.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Yep, that's. I spent way too long in the scenario editor testing all of the different permutations as to where relics fall when they are dropped or killed by a monk.
Doesn't it depend on the angle of the monk? Like...
Nope. It depends on, is there the left space of the monk open? If yes, it will always drop to the left. If not, it will end up either as close to the left as it possibly can until all those spaces are filled up.
Okay, today we learn, guys.
Yep. That's what happens when you spend too much time with AoE 2.
Okay.
Oh boy, Stonewall's coming up here. Siege Workshop on the way as well. Villessa, he's got a nice eco, but he needs to keep it alive.
Already 18 villager lead. But Yo is coming for a cast. I'm not a fan of that cast. Actually, you know, it's not bad because it's gonna reach the gold soon.
Yeah, I like it. It secures all the resources at the front of Valesa's base, and I think that if you're putting it like right in the area that you've already broken through, I don't really think that helps you all that much additionally, and it runs the risk of it being denied.
Yeah, but Yo should get his neurons activated now and buy his way to Imp. And Vilesa is still not there. He has only 2 on gold now. He will have a lot of gold problems. Because, well, Yo can get fletching, but he doesn't even need fletching. He will just go to Imp now. I think it's his game.
Yeah, it's looking mighty good here for Yo, and getting a win on Arena would be pretty big for him, because as amazing as Yo is in closed maps, he doesn't like Arena and has never been historically super successful on it in particular. So, I think that would be a nice little bit of confidence boost for him. He's got some petards on the way too, and looks to be doing some Turks.exe on his way to victory.
I actually got intel that he does love Arena now. He used to hate it.
What?
Yeah, Dave, when I was co-casting with Dave, he says that Yo hated Arena, and then everybody were like giving him because people on his channel knew that he hates it. Then they forced him to play it by donating and forcing him to play Arena, and he grew to love it. And now he picks it, as you see here, not as his own, but just to play it.
Yeah. He's playing well on it, that's for sure. I think just a really measured approach with Turks, and I think that this exact style, Castle Age aggression, once you get this castle up, neurons activated to Imperial Age, I think like you couldn't ask for a better approach to this game as Mr. Yo.
Yeah, but it's still not over. Vilesa is on the way to Imp. He's 26 villagers ahead, and he's going for the deadliest unit in the game, known as the Skirmisher, Lithuanian Skirmisher, nonetheless.
That said, Yo has 2 castles to 1, and he's going to have instant cannon production.
Oh, petards.
And both of those things are very good to have in an incoming Treb war, and also having any amount of castles to 0 is a pretty nice advantage. Petards bust in there, it's going to create another angle of attack, so I still like this much more for Yo.
But that was such a waste of petards. Like, where are you gonna go through the Caesar? And he knew it.
Hey, man. It denies the stone, which I like, though.
Okay. Okay, let's see if Vilesa can hold. He's doing a castle at the back of his base. He got fletching. Now he needs to buy time. If he... Okay, hear me out. If he can get... Does he have redemption? No. He needs to get a block printing and redemption. And use all the gold he has on monks and trebs. Whatever he can get. And just mess skirms. If he can do that... I don't see Yo switching to Hussars anytime soon. He has 2 town centers now, but his economy
he's literally
is so
switching to Hussars right now.
He is?
Yep,
Well,
he's got a forward stable. He got Hussar production and devotion coming in.
How many can he mass? I feel like Vilesa can be okay, but let's see. He's gonna lose a lot of ground now, Vilesa, for sure. A lot of economy to Trebs.
Yeah, my concern here for Vilesa is, although I think compositionally you're spot on as far as use the gold on monks and trebs and then use your food and wood on skirmishers, you don't have all the skirm upgrades yet, you don't have all the monk upgrades yet, and you got the forward gold and this farming eco that's going to be in a lot of danger before too long.
Yeah, the gold is a big problem, but redemption is in, armor is in, block printing is coming, so he'll be able to deal with cannons now. That's for sure. And what's left is a Janissaries for the he got the skirms. The problem will be the Hussars, but again, it's only 1 stable, and those Hussars have only +1 attacks, so they will die to even skirms, I would say, if they're fully upgraded.
Except we don't have redemption. That was denied.
What? Was it denied? Oh, okay, he's doing it again. I thought he finished it.
Nope, wasn't quite able to do that. TC to the west goes down. And again, it's the farming eco that's being lost that feels like it's going to be so tough for you to get your skirm production going, especially as you're still missing so many critical upgrades. And it doesn't take many Hussars to kill a lot of skirmishers, especially with that extra Pierce armor you get for free as the Turks.
Yeah. That for sure helps. Don't convert all with 1. all like 1 Mangonel with all the monks. Gotta be careful there, he's paying attention though.
Remember when Lithuanians didn't have theocracy?
They didn't?
Maybe that was only in the beta, but yeah, there was a time when Lithuanians had every monk tech except theocracy.
There is a Civ that is it Portuguese? Maybe.
They miss Illumination. Malay are the ones who miss Theocracy, but otherwise
Melee.
have very good
Okay.
monks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Vilesa gonna lose his starting TC, so one TC left only. He's doing one more in the south now. There is a random villager doing outpost, getting sniped by a Mangonel in his base. And, well, yeah, he is committing to the Hussars, and he's also adding economy, so he's not giving up on this tournament just yet. He'll try to match those Hussars, just he's housed, so he gotta fix that.
Yeah, that's definitely something he needs to do. But, I mean, again, he's adding an eco when he needs to, right? As soon as the game comes a little bit more stalematey, make sure that you still have the Janissaries here to help anchor your push. Holy cow!
Where did he go? Why would he go, sir?
Oh,
Relax.
no.
Why would you go, sir? You have no business
feels
there.
bad, man. Heavy Plow now in here for Yo, so and the 4th TC2, his eco, although worse than his opponent, considering the resources destroyed advantage he has this game. Pretty darn insane, way better army as well. And even with just the +2 defense in, he'll have, what, 5 Pierce armor? Gonna be still 1 damage from the skirms.
Yeah. His Yo is really booming now behind his head in a 4-stone center, only 20 villagers, well. It's quite a lot in this number, 20 villagers, but still he has full map control, hitting wheelbarrow. And Vilesa, well, he now has 3 traps. Maybe if he pushes fast enough, maybe he will have a small window, but the Hussars are coming.
They are indeed.
Ooh, and a castle!
Oh, this is potentially decisive. I thought Yo would maybe be pushing more towards the gold to the east of Villasa's base, but he is just going to be going for the kill right now. Bombard starts by getting some good shots off. No conversions were successful on them. And, ow.
GG out. Yo is back, guys.
Yo not dead yet. Villasa will take his first loss of the main event of the tournament.
Okay.
And we have a series on our hands. Excellent KD there from Yo. Again, just brilliant job taking the map control, getting to Imperial Age, making sure he never loses his forward position, but always has the army he needed to back it up.
Yeah, good play by Yo, and well, imagine if Sorakuma did it versus ACCM, we could have gotten game number 5 there.
Yep.
But Vilesa is still with a lead. He needs only 1 victory from the next 2 games to make it to the semi-final.
And it will be Jungle, Rumble, and Hideout as the remaining 2 maps. So 2 very different maps. Both players have a top 2 pick remaining. And yeah, still seems like it's a pretty even situation going forward.
Yeah, I hope Vilesa doesn't start panicking here. Only 1 loss happens. He won enough so far in this tournament. He needs to pick himself up. And, well, let's see. Jungle Schwamble. Let's try to figure out the Civ. So we had Turks beating Lithuanians.
I think you go Byzantines, Hindustanis? Then you say Burgundians for Hideout? And Bengalis?
I can see Bengalis being played here, because think about the Bengalis on Two-Tone Center, like the 4 extra villagers that you get to Castle Age.
I mean, Bengalis are great because you get the extra build. Yeah, Bengalis get the extra villagers here. Hindustanis are better able to afford 2 TC Vill production, so I mean, it feels like they're both very good on both of the remaining maps for Vilasa.
I bet on Bengalis against Burgundians.
Think you're going to say Byzantines or Saracens for Hideout?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're already in game.
Let's see.
And we're both half right.
Okay, Bengalis make sense, but yeah, Byzantines. For Mr. Yo. Okay. Okay. I kind of like the Bengalis more. on the Schwamble.
I mean, the thing with Byzantines is that they feel like they're still a totally viable civ in every matchup. So if you're playing one of the best civs on the map and you think that none of your civs are going to be able to be like really strong against that, it feels like Byzantines are still going to be a solid pick.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Jungle Schwamble. 2TC start.
Well, that's because the game hasn't started yet. The DJ dabs. We still have 6 seconds of a countdown.
Mm.
All right, now we're into it, guys. Showing some life, but still on the edge. It is going to be Mr. Yo in the blue as the Byzantines to the east and, or I guess northeast and northwest, and then to the southwest and southeast, it will be Vilasa as the Bengalis.
Yeah. Yeah. Jungle Schwamble, the newer version in Wallhalla 1. We had only the 1TC in Jungle Rumble. You only had the TC in the middle, and you had 3 villagers on the outside.
Yep.
But we changed it for a sudden disaster, and we use it again in Wallhalla 2. So usually the meta is to wall off the relics, right? Secure your area. And, well, either go all in the middle or try to boom. Plenty of options. There is no, like, one way to play this map.
Yeah, especially with both of these civs, it feels like you can go aggressive, you can go for a more economic, late-game-oriented approach. You just have plenty of options. Of course, the middle will be important to control later on. There's only stone in the corners of the map, so not that much stone with which to work. And really, it's just going to be how did these guys prepare for this particular map?
Yeah, I want to see a Monk Rush by Vilesa, but unfortunately for him, as we all know, the counter to monks with armor is monks. Cause
But it does make Byzantine skirmisher spam much less effective.
yeah, I mean, armor does not affect your face, so
Nope.
we'll see.
And it will be Lumber Camp already coming in at the middle here for Vilasa. And he's just with a little bit less idle time, so pretty nice start from him here, it seems.
Yeah, it's quite nice. We got a Scout War in the middle. Yoga did the first hit, so Vilesa is escaping. Already got the second elephant. I want to see early walls. I feel like players tend to do it late, and that later can bite them in the ass, but we'll see. Maybe it's still too early.
It feels like if you have a very easy area to defend, which is the 2 choke points at the edge of the map, you want to go for that sooner so that you don't have to make huge walls to defend your base on like this the sides of the map.
We saw it quite a few times that players just use the starting houses like Vilesa has next to his TC outside and then wall like that, like between the wood and the edge of the map. But it's silly because you have to do it on two sides and it's a big wall. So
Yeah.
just go for the minimal wall and also secure yourself some relics. Why not? And if you secure that area, you can also wall your opponent later on, like not let him chop through outside from the middle. So that's also great.
You also secure more stone, which, again, is in short supply on this map, just in the 4 corners, nowhere near either of your starting TCs. And considering that the middle of the map is so important to control with castles and whatnot, and not getting treb push, that feels extra critical.
Yeah, especially when there is no stone inside, only on the outside.
Yep.
So, yeah, Villas a bit less idle TC time, which is great for him. Let's like 1 extra villager. And, well, as soon as I say that...
not a Vil less.
Yeah. And I jinxed him because now he's behind, but he's up.
Well, he's clicking up to Feudal Age, so he's saving some resources right there.
Yeah, but...
And Yo still making Vil, still not super close to clicking up.
And remember, as we said before the game, he's Bengalis, so since he gets 2 villagers from each town center, and since we have 2 town centers, he will get 4 villagers when he reaches Feudal, and 4 more when he reaches Castle Age. But where is he going? Vilesa?
Oh. That's not a tower. That's like a tower rush and a half right there. You're not Teutons, man.
Yeah, what is that? He's also going on the outside. What is he doing? Okay, he's going to
That's the
stone.
stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the stone. But
Okay.
8 bills with a non-Teuton tower rush? What?
We saw something like that. Who did it in the previous? Like, we saw something like that. I don't remember who it was.
I mean, I thought it was with Teutons, though.
No, it wasn't with students. Someone did it already, and it didn't work too well. Oh, it was Sorokuma. It did work, actually. It was Sorokuma versus Barrels. Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that was a weird game.
Yeah. Did he win that game? Or is it the one that he lost? Or did he won all? I totally forgot everything.
No, I thought Barles won that one.
Yeah, Barrels won that one. That's why it's not recommended.
Nope, I lied. No, I did not lie. All right, guys, here we are. Tower coming up. 3 bills already punched away at the walls, but they are Byzantine walls. They have extra HP. Yo still a minute off from feudal age, however, but with 40 villagers already, he's likely going to be trying to go for an FC, or at least something in that family of builds. And Vilessa is going to be walling to the side, like you were suggesting.
Yeah, I love that. But, like, okay, maybe not yet, don't do a stone wall yet, but if you're already walling, I think it should be with stone. And Yo is taking gold and stone outside. Okay. He's not reacting at all to the tower just yet. He's just gonna waiting for a counter tower once he reaches feudal.
Honestly, he's probably fine with that. He has a lot of vills on the forage bushes, so yeah. And of course, Byzantines are going to have the advantage in the tower war.
I hate the tower. By Yo.
Why is it in range of the
exactly.
first tower? Yo! He built it like, what, 1 or 2 tiles further back? It does the exact same thing, but you just have the big advantage because your towers have real tower HP, the 1020, not the 850 of the current balance.
But Vilessa, I think he's done a mistake. Like, send all your villagers now to finish the tower, and then send the 3 to kill the tower of Yo. And then you have 2 towers. Okay, now he should do it. Like, send the villagers out. Get the tower
Maybe he
down.
thinks it's in range of the town center, but it's definitely not.
It's not. He should play with circles, like with the indicators. It's weird. Oh, he's still doing the damage.
You know what? It's working out. We can't complain too much. Yo is much closer to the castle age, but still has yet to click up. He has his buildings, but the eco balance is currently terrible. He has so many bills on wood, so few on food. So it's already a very awkward situation for Yo, but he's going to be able to get himself out of it.
Where is Vilessa going? Who is that one villager in the north? Vilessa. He will now find the stone and the gold. Hello. Oh, and Yo instantly reacting to the trap him.
Ah, feels bad, man. Yo gonna be stonewalling forward as well, so each player is gonna claim 2 relics, but already Vilessa 22 villagers on food. He already has 15 farms down to Yo's, what is it, like 6 or 7? Yeah, 7. So big advantage there.
Both getting the towers up, and Vilessa actually sneaked a villager behind the wall of Yo. He could try and fight him. Okay. Why is Vilessa walling himself in? Ah, he didn't want the villagers to come out and attack the tower.
But yeah, I mean, Byzantines are just going to win that tower war with the extra HP. You have some palisade walls coming up on the side, restricting the area in which Vilessa himself can tower drop. Yo did lose 1 Vil a little needlessly, so kind of unfortunate for him, but still, you're Byzantines, and basically, so long as you're not actively dying as Byzantines, you're probably not too unhappy with your situation. Yo going to be able to add siege or monks or whatever he wants, and eco if he wants to do that as well.
Yeah, and Vilessa gotta be careful, his villagers have low HP. Send them back, the tower war. Both need some repairs. And Vilessa is now up, so he's 1 minute, 2 minutes and 15 seconds slower, but he has a 9 villager lead. And he will not finish that wall, right? Can you see that? Oh, you cannot see the palisade that Vilessa is building on the edge.
Oh, that's a little awkward, but both players are going to wall out each other, I guess. And I got a monastery and a siege workshop coming in for Yo. Even as Byzantines, he's still not exactly near Imperial age resources, so I wouldn't hate to see another TC added just to help get your eco going a bit more smoothly, as especially Bengalis are going to be having a lot of ills.
Yeah. And look what's... Oh, he just lose a villager.
Yeah.
Look what's happening, like... Why? Keep attacking the palace side. Like, Villas wall with just only palace side, and the scout could have taken the wall down, but Yo moved him away because he's stonewalling too. Okay, and the
Why
Rams
is he
are
getting
coming.
infantry armor? Does he think Yo's going for scouts?
I don't know.
Because he's definitely not. Yo is a monastery on the inside and on the outside to help pick up the relics, even though he's going to run into the walls of his opponent.
Ah, he wants to do monks. Or he wants... I don't know. Maybe he wants to do monks? Just... What is happening? What is this weird game?
The Bengali longsword play. They'll never see it coming.
No, but maybe he's like saying, okay, I'll go monks, he'll do scouts, I have some spearmen to defend. I'm not sure about the tower by Mr. Yo. Okay, don't him convert the pikeman, okay.
Byzantine healing, always nice to have. Be careful, don't mangonel your own ram, homie.
Oh, but Villas is housed. Oh, you gotta run, Villas.
Oh, jeez. Well, okay. At the end of the day, tower goes up for Yo. He's cleaned up one of the towers in his base, or at least will do so in just a second. And he's doing okay for himself. Villasa still has a better eco, of course, but it feels like both players can still work with this position.
Yeah. He's adding those monasteries. He has a stable with, well, you can only do one scout. That's not the scariest. He always adding economy, adding a TC on the left side of the map. He's trying to go for those relics. He's like, I walled at the front. But,
Awkward.
Wait, did he also lose the villager that was walling? Because he's not in your base. Probably a scout got him.
Yeah, Scout does have one villager kill, so that would check out.
But check the rest of Villese. He's gonna go for castle and imp. Oh, but don't lose the monk! Ah! Save.
Okay, you don't want to lose the monk for free, but Yo's gonna get that stone wall back down. But, I mean, what exactly is he supposed to do against a forward castle in much faster Imperial age?
Boom outside, I guess? Or he's also close to go up. I think we'll get the neurons activated. Once he sees the castle. Be brave, Villese. Don't you dare do it there. Go forward. Is he praying to? Is he trying to drop the gold on the mine on the siege workshop? Like, what is he doing?
Come on, you didn't hear about that balance change, John Slow? Bengali bills can drop off gold at siege workshops.
Where are you going? Make it DC. What?
Okay. Well,
He's adding 2 more town centers.
And
Why?
get the extra bills on the way to Imperial age.
Oh. Okay, I don't hate that. But he will not finish. Will he finish the one in the south? Yeah, he will.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, getting more relevant eco upgrades as Villasa. He's getting his monk upgrades too. And overall, it's been a weird game for sure, but I still feel like Villasa is developing his army and his tech in the right direction.
Yeah, but where's the castle? He's gonna lose all of his advantage, like, by not getting the castle up now. Okay, here comes the castle.
Oh,
Dude, more forward, aggressive, be brave.
Oh, right between the two gates of Mr. Yo, that is where you should be placing that
Yeah.
castle.
I mean, I don't think he has redemption yet.
He's getting it now.
So he was scared of mangonels, but dude, be brave, go forward.
Well, I mean, in that situation, like, Yo can just drop a defensive castle. I mean, he's Byzantines, right? They're the kings of just waiting around until eventually they win the game. And it feels like that's not a bad plan here for Yo, who's now getting his archery ranges down.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Imperial Age now, block printing, more monk upgrades. Don't want to convert the scout. Doesn't have a tournament.
No.
Oh,
Spearman gets
insta.
converted.
Okay, traps. Traps are coming. Block printing. Imperial Age for Yo. Villager numbers. Quite a good lead for Villese. Nothing too crazy, only 13, but it's nice. And he's stonewalling, I like that. But he needs to do it on the right side as well. On the, like, top side.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Deny some relics from your opponent. I mean, it seems like why would relics matter on a map that has this much gold, but you're far from guaranteed control of the middle gold, and there really is not that much on the outside to play with only 6 tiles per half of the map.
Yeah. And second castle for Villessa. And Yo is going for the deadly skirmisher, cheap skirmishers versus Bengali monks. Okay.
I was kind of thinking he might go Arbs, but I guess you just still don't feel like you have enough eco for it. That said, Yo is actually about to chop through to the middle, so I'm not actually even sure who that benefits, because you could easily make just a couple Ratha and just run around to the side and harass your opponent, but on the other hand, it does open up another angle in which Villessa can be attacked.
Well, he doesn't know about that, so it's kind of unfortunate. The scout could have helped, but he's busy killing the monk.
Yeah, but you should be able to guess, right? I mean, Villessa himself is already in the middle of the map, and you have to imagine your opponent's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Still no tournament for Isa, right? No.
No monk upgrades at all, except for the incoming devotion for Yo, and for Villessa, we have no atonement, but basically everything else.
He converted the scout under the castle. So that's a bit silly. A conscription incoming, chemistry for Yo, armor. He's now coming with the skirms, maybe 17 doing cannons, but cannons against monks. Well, I feel like Villessa needs something else. Like, he now has the economy. He can add more stuff rather than only monks. Oh, look at that castle. That should have been the first castle.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess better late than never, I suppose. Yo is actually really close, I think, to chopping through to the outside. So that would give his villagers an evacuation route, which would be important. An Onager coming in and then jumps.
I love it.
That's what
I
like
love it. I want to see a big splash on those skirms. Damn you skirms, but now they're coming. He needs to get that castle up. The monks are retreating. Should be the traps on the skirms. Hey, can he deny the castle? He should deny the castle, actually. But maybe the monks will scare
all
him.
their attack upgrades. I mean, they're Byzantine skirms. You don't really care all that much if they're getting converted. Bombard cannon positioning is very nice there for Yo as well. Yo not wanting it out of this tournament just yet.
Yeah, he's focusing on the villagers. I mean, we now have almost the amount of skirms for bows. Castle is denied. It's only one cannon. Like, Villessa should send more villagers to get it up. And now he's gonna convert the cannon. But look at the castle by Yo, where he chopped his way through. Villessa still is not aware of that. But he's at a good position. Even though Yo has now the economy lead, so I have no idea who's winning this.
It's a fun game, that's for sure. It's, you know...
Oh, the elephant! Taking the cannon.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, elephant's gonna go down still. Like, we see so many of these games on these maps over time that we just kind of sort of expect things to go a certain way. So at least for me, it's always a delight to see something where you just have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. There is no clear meta on the Schwamble, and it's developing really nicely now. Cannons for Yo, skirmishers, onagers. Don't shoot your own traps. I don't like that whole. He's shooting his own trap.
Oh,
Move.
jeez.
Okay, he didn't kill it. He's not a pleb. But stop! Don't do it again. Move, silly trap. I will delete the trap as a punishment for being stupid.
Well, the bombards are there, but of course no siege engineers for the Byzantines. I mean, this is still pretty scary. A lot of the archery ranges have been picked off by Villessa, which is really smart, of course. Just prevent your opponent from massing up all of those skirmishers. Oh, jeez!
Oh, but Villessa is coming for a castle, I think. He's not aware that he's getting trapped on the side. That could be troublesome for him.
And, like I said, the villagers do have an evacuation route, so... It's not like they're all going to be pinned and killed in there, although they are getting pushed into the corner.
Villessa
on the way.
Yeah, okay, he noticed. He's sending the Ratas on melee stance to get the traps. I don't think it's enough. That's a lot of skirms. No. Oh, no. We need something else.
Bombard cannon is deleted before it can get converted again. We have some relevant cavalry upgrades on the way, and honestly, that just is probably for some light cav from Mr. Yo. He's got his stables incoming. Indeed, that will be the case. Byzantine Lycav, not super exciting, but they're good against monks, and they're good against onagers, and they're good against armored elephants, so you can't complain too much.
Yeah, but the elephants are coming to the traps. That's actually a great move by Villessa. If he can save the castle, it will be huge for him.
But there are repairs there, and the elephants still have that negative melee armor.
No, you might get...
Joe's not repairing properly.
Castle almost went down.
Oh, it stands.
He's saving it. Nice. He needs to do... He's doing more, okay, but he doesn't have the upgrades. Is it heavy? Like, fortified? How do you call the upgraded elephants?
Oh, siege elephant.
Siege elephants, okay. That could have helped. And, okay, now Villessa is focusing there. He's sending more and more. He's sending the traps for the castle, but he needs military. He doesn't have much. He has, like, small amount of ratas, few monks, few elephants.
Cataphract time!
Oh,
there we go. Always a crowd pleaser there. Lycav coming in, and Yo trying to just brute force his way through this with the Byzantines. Yes, the castle's still almost back up to full HP, but right now the army numbers are looking a little bit scary here for Villessa, and he just isn't getting the time to develop his own army comp.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the traps now. That's really bad. One cannon doing so much damage. We got the... Yo's economy is out. Well, he lost the economy in the inside, but on the outside he's untouched. He's also expanding to the right side of the map. Villessa, can he see it with the mining camp? Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he'll see it. Yo also picked up 4 relics in all of the hullabaloo that's been going on, so that's been a nice little touch for him, as again, he doesn't have comfortable gold mining in the middle of the map. And of course, he's Byzantines, right? He doesn't need to spend that much anyway.
Yeah, and, well, Villessa has a lot of idols that he has to fix.
Yeah.
His work efficiency is not great, 55%. The skirms splitting.
Onager there goes down. There are several monks still in the back, but just Yo with his trash unit army, a few siege units to support it. Yeah, Yo doesn't really have, like, a gold army that's being developed, but this feels like it should be enough for the time being for Byzantines, as that castle finally falls there for Villessa.
Yeah, but Villessa with Lightcav now, he can finally do some damage, because, well, it's only skirms. But, well, the hussars in the castle are helping. Feels like Yo needs to mix in some halb soon.
Could go camels, too, since he already has the stables.
That's true.
I think that might be a bit easier to switch into, especially since gold shouldn't be an issue for the time being.
And look at Yo adding a stable now on the right side, so he might start raiding there, and the Villessa economy on the outside is quite exposed.
Oh, but look at this. Villessa's just running out of population. Yo has more resources collected as the Byzantines, which is never a great sign getting into the late game. Yeah. We've got 3 trebuchets who are going to work down the castle. The map should basically be out of stone at this point. Yeah, it's almost out. So it's going to be difficult to ever try and replace those.
Seems like Villessa can just not mess his military numbers. And yeah, as you said, Yo is going for the heavy camel. It was looking so good for Villessa, and I think we might now go for a decider. And a decider on hideout. Maybe it favors Yoibi.
I am ready for a decider. It's been a little bit since we've had the full series here in Wallhalla, and it's been a really fun set between these two, very back and forth, clearly. But right now, Yo is getting into his late game. We saw how good ACCM was just when he got to late game in the last set, and Yo, of course, is going to be a very similar beast.
Yeah. Converted some camels now, Villessa, but still, I don't think he can clean those traps. He's trying to mass military, but he's also getting raided now by Cataphract somehow. I don't know how he got through under his TC. Yo is also breaking the gate on the left side of Villessa main base. And the military numbers, that's a big problem for Villessa. Just can't get enough.
Yeah, and the eco upgrades are also really bad for this stage in the game for Villessa. No bowsaw, no handcart. When you're Bengalis, it's able to have a lot of expensive units for the most part. That can be pretty tough to make work. And of course, again, Yo has those extra relics. He's reclaiming control of this gold area. But Yo barely needs to spend gold anyway. All he needs to spend gold on are siege and cheap camels.
This is looking very good for Yo. after maybe not the greatest start to the series and this game too. Lots of monks by Vilesa, but I love seeing that. But he needed more military at this stage. I think the end is near.
The
Yeah.
end is nigh, as indeed.
Yeah.
Villasna will tap out, and guys, and we are going to the decider round.
Oh boy. Oh boy, what a set. I absolutely love it.
I mean, it's so great to see Villasa playing well. Yo, after a slow start, is starting to ramp up and look like the Yo that we expected. And yeah, he was even getting heresy, crop rotation, and two-man saw at the end of that game. Yo was all ready to take that win, and we are going to go to hideout.
Oh boy. Let's see what we have. So 2-2.
Byzantines over Bengalis. So probably Burgundians, Hindustanis.
Unless Vilesa says YOLO and he goes for a massive Teuton Trash.
We will see. I need to take a super quick break, but be back in a moment. And hopefully, guys, game number 5 will deliver.
Okay, I'll entertain them. Alright, so hope you are enjoying the series, you delight. This is exactly what we wanted. 5 games. May the best clown win now. We have Hideout as a decider. They are in the lobby already. Should pick them up soon. If you're enjoying Wallhalla, guys, don't forget that tomorrow we have the 2 remaining quarterfinals. We start at 15 GMT, so again tomorrow with Sito versus freaking Andy, and followed up by Vaipur versus Valas. Finals on Sunday and semifinals on Saturday. Should be sick. Also, if you are watching them and you are saying, what the hell are these noobs? We can play better, but you're a pleb, then our beloved admins actually started a Silver League for Wallhalla. So if you want to play these maps for maybe a small price, mainly for fun, you can join the Wallhalla Discord and sign up. But now game 5 is starting, so let's go in. And of course, I get that I cannot join because they're rehosting, so we still have some time. Hope you're entertained. I'm entertained. Coaching $5 million and you'll get it. Okay, fine. Not 5 million, even some less. We can negotiate. Yeah, so for some reason they're rehosting. Maybe they did something wrong. It will start soon. Scare Micro. I absolutely love Scare Micro.
I come back, and the first thing I hear is that you love Skirm Micro.
I absolutely love Scare Micro. So they started and then they realized you're away and they restarted it and now we're in, I think. So
Okay.
perfect timing. And no, failed to download match content. Why? What's happening?
Oh, that's a bug. It means you need to restart the game.
Thanks, D.
Yep.
Fix it. Are you in?
Was there a bug map? Is that why they had to restart?
Okay. Can you join the new game?
Yeah, I mean, it like in one of the earlier games I had to restart because I got that bug, so it'll be fine.
Okay, very good. So what is the matchup that we got while I'm reopening the game?
We're getting Burgundians versus Hindustanis.
Oh boy. You called it.
Yep. I think it's interesting on both sides because Burgundians, they're Yo's #1 Civ pick, and
Mm.
he's saving them for the last game, and it's his home map on the one hand, which is great. But on the other hand, I mean, Hindustanis as a counter Burgundian Civ that's also just solid on hideout in general also feels pretty good.
Yeah, feels like we saw this matchup yesterday or something, no?
Hmm. Seen a lot of stuff recently. I don't remember.
I'm quite certain we saw it and we discussed. It wasn't with you, but we discussed like who has a better hand cannoneers, because Burgundians
Yeah.
have the extra attack and Hindustanis have range. I think it was also on hideout.
Maybe.
Well,
There was Hindustanis versus Malay, I remember. Don't remember
wasn't
who
that
versus.
Andy versus Winchester?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. So we are
Anyway,
in.
we are here. It's going to be Hideout, the decider game of the series. The winner moves on to the semifinals. The loser is out. And we'll have Yo in the blue as the Burgundians to the west, and Villas as the red Hindustanis to the south.
Yeah, and you already with double with X, using the power of the Burgundians, getting the upgrades one age in advance. And they're quite close to each other. Who do you think it favors? Like, look, that's really close. Like, there is almost no wood line going
Yeah.
outside.
Well, this could also mean that both players sort of expand to the sides of the map, but we also have a lot of the neutral resources between the two players as well. So this could end up being pretty tricky. Map control is going to be paramount, but both of these civs tend to favor melee units and then hand cannoneers. So I don't know. Do you favor one civ over the other?
Personally, I favor Bulbunians for sure, but like, I'm a clown. They have the monks, so of course they're better. But well, maybe in the direct matchup, Hindustanis can definitely give them a fight.
Yeah. And Chinese were one of the random banned civ. Remember, guys, that this tournament has, I want to say 15 civs? Yeah, 15 civs that are auto-banned every set, and it's completely random, just to give us a little bit of civ diversity.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. Like, ever since we introduced that, I think it spiced up things a lot. Because you don't want to see Bohemians Malay, Bohemians Malay, Bohemians Malay every game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that especially if the map pool is conducive to it, where you don't sort of have one civ that, like, oh, I practiced for this one specific civ, but now my strategy is completely out of the window, right? It's all about
Yeah.
having different options on these maps.
Yeah. So, I kind of feel like we'll get scouts. I don't see any of them rushing early on, taking the risk of like failing with a rush.
Yeah.
Both have great economies, so I think scouts into boom and into late game.
Oh, I think it was one of the Warlords tournaments that it was a Viper versus Hera finals, and Viper lost the decider game because he decided to trush Cumans on hideout, and he just went the wrong direction around the entire map in the decider. That's not what you want to do, guys, in the game this important.
Yeah. You actually would be very surprised, Subs, that many players did prepare for the tournament. You would be surprised how many players message me to get Rex in advance of their opponents so they can study them. So players do prepare. The prize pool, it's not 50k, but the 10k dollars is not something that you give up on easily. So prize pool, of course, sponsored by World's Edge, and it's a very lovely prize pool.
Yes, we're very glad to have this for Wallhalla, and means that we can bring more clown tournaments to you guys, as we now have both players clicking up here on 24 population, which does feel a little fast for Burgundians. I know it's a 9-vil start, but I'd feel a bit more comfortable making sure that you can get the eco upgrades and still click up to Castle Age on time with 25 or 26.
Yeah, both are up exactly. Wait, no, 1 second difference. Noob, Vilesa. He's
Oh,
on.
big noob.
We'll see a barracks. That's a question. Yeah, as soon as I say that,
Yeah.
Vilesa adds a barracks. I don't know if. No, you should do the same. But will he be able to afford buildings? I mean, he has only 4 on wood, Mr. Yo.
I mean, with double bit axe in Dark Age is good, but it's not that good. But I mean, you've spent a fair amount of extra food here in the early game. Yeah, so it's like what, 117 extra food that is going to be making any sort of, tight, fast castle build like this much more difficult. So, no way you can afford a barracks too.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a boom by Yozen. Albilas will go scouts, but again, is Yo gonna be able to afford the market and a blacksmith? It doesn't look like that.
No, he's not. Uh-oh. Yeah, you need, what, 325 wood for that? And that is notably more than what Yo has.
Yeah, he'll have to make 3 villagers, I guess, unless he will rush now blacksmith with a lot of villagers. Outwar, game of chicken. Yeah, Vilasa is running away first. Still, both is 25 HP. So, fight! Fight, Vilasa!
Coward.
You're doing scouts anyway. Even if you lose, it doesn't matter. But if you win everything.
Exactly. Maybe he thinks Yo's going scouts because that's what Burgundians do most of the time. But that is not the case, as Yo is just going to straight up boom it out.
Yeah, so you're forced to do 1 more villager in Feudal Age. So Vilasa will be faster to the Castle Age with 1 villager less. And, well, he cannot seize a stable, you're right. Yeah, just poof.
Oh.
Yeah, just missed it. And he's getting Boso. Vilasa getting double B-Tax. Okay, does Vilasa know about the relics? He can see 3 of them. Just miss the one on the right side. But yeah,
Pretty tragic.
with the scouts he can definitely go and pick up some of those relics. It will give him a nice boost, especially since he also denies the relics from Burgundians, who needs them a bit more.
Well,
yeah.
we have heavy plow in for Yo, with 17 vills on wood right now, so he's going to be able to add extra TCs. He's got a bunch of relics pretty close to him, and Burgundians even more going to be taking advantage of that. But I don't like giving up map control completely, especially when you are the Civ that are going to be a bit worse in Imperial Age.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was sure that Yo will also go for scouts, because I feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Yo now knows that Villas is going for scouts. I don't know if it will change his plan. Maybe he was trying to do a monastery. Now he will definitely not do a monastery because he has no way to pick up relics. And Vilasa with a brave DC outside, okay. And a very
I mean, he
cozy
saw no
DC
extra scout.
inside. Sorry, what?
I said Villas saw that his opponent wasn't making any extra scouts, I suppose, so...
Yeah, but you can never be sure, right? He can be hiding them, so...
Yeah. Well,
but he's not.
Not going to bite him in the butt this time. Both players just adding their extra TCs. Villasa himself is getting an early bow saw. Nothing too crazy one way or the other. Notably, Villasa is not going to be trying to rush up the relics as fast as possible.
Yo actually is adding a monastery. Is he gonna run in with a scout? Because it makes no sense to make a monastery if you don't have a scout. He's gonna run in. No? No.
This feels a bit weird. I mean, you have a monk, but it's unlikely that you can keep the scout alive long enough to actually get healed by the monk. Because as soon as it turns around, it's going to take 1 hit, and then it's just 1 more hit for the scout to go down.
Alright, 1 more. He's gonna intercept him now, Vilasa. Yeah. Bye-bye, scout. Okay. Oh, come on, the detour.
If you heal just 1 HP, it's going to be 1 more hit to be killed.
He needs to heal it first and then convert. Just follow and delete the scout. Get a hit and delete the scout. Delete. Perfect! Perfect!
That's exactly what you do. You needed to heal, like, for half a second there, so it would take 2 more hits.
Yeah, and then convert.
Go for the conversion.
Yeah, that would have been better for Yo. And now his monk is useless. He cannot go outside. I mean, he can try, but will not work.
Villasa as well not over-investing into the scouts, seeing that his opponent isn't really doing anything like that. He just made 2 extra scouts. That's going to be more than enough to start securing those relics. He's got the monastery coming in. And really, everything is going pretty peachy for him so far. Nothing really to complain about. He's getting his eco going.
Yeah. Both are on 3-tone centers. Wheelbarrow. Okay, he's setting a barracks. He's like, okay, I did a monastery, I did a monk. Like, I need to use it. So he'll do some spearmen. And that will force Vilas to get light cover. But let's see. Does he know about all the relics already? Yeah, he can see all the relics. Mr. Yon's other side. He can see only the 3 in the north.
Yeah, it doesn't know about the one that's just to the southwest of his base, but it's not going to matter because Villas is taking it anyway.
Yeah.
And a stable too. Okay, so Yo with a bit of delayed light cav play.
Okay, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I guess I'm just wondering how many relics you actually are going to be able to pick up at this point with such an initiative disadvantage.
I love what Vilas is doing. He's like ignoring the relics that is closer to him and going for the further away relic first, which is huge because you're actually doing double stable. Wow. Okay. He's really gonna come into the scouts, and Vilas he can see it now. He can see at least one stable, so he knows. Ooh, and he's walling. Look at the wall. That's a great wall by Vilesa if he can get it up. I love it.
A gate and only 4 tiles of stone wall to completely cut off the closest rush distance to your opponent. That's pretty darn good. And we're going to have 2 relics making their way home here for Vilesa. And that is going to be a nice advantage. Lightcav coming into, he's grabbing Wheelbarrow, and it feels like Vilesa is able to have the map control associated with going for, Lightcav and Monks.
He needs the wall.
But he's not falling behind economically.
Wall! Wall! Sacrifice the scout! Nice. No! The monks, the heist! Okay, he got it. He got it. And now Viles also got Lighthouse. That's great for him. I absolutely love the wall. He got the relic. He made an amazing wall. And, well, he has a very easy wall on the bottom as well if he wants a safe one. Like, between the small wood line on the right side and the middle. But he can aspire for more. Like, okay. 4-stone center for bows. And do we have husbandry already? Or is he quite faster?
Because he has husbandry.
Oh,
But husbandry is coming in right now for Vilesa. Handcart for Yo, still going to be helping out the eco there. But he has no Vils on stone, at least until the TC is done. Whereas Vilesa, 200 stone in the bank and still has 6 Vils on that resource in his base. So could be thinking about a castle pretty soon. And yes, Yo's ahead by, let's say, 300 resources. But considering that he needs to be, it feels like, with a pretty big EQ advantage as Burgundians, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, and Vilesa is also adding a second stable. He already picked up the 3rd relic, and he always is with only 1, so they will fight for the remaining relic. Both can see it now. And, well, even forging, okay, so big commitment to scouts at boss, but we're even getting some camels, which is nice for Vilesa, always helps. You just need to snap monks with light cav and let the camels deal with the rest.
Indeed, indeed. Kind of interesting, right? Because you have the light cav who are running all the way around to the side of the map for Yo. But he's building up the siege over to the west as he's going to try and punch his way through the stone walls. So, not too sure about how this is going to work out. Camel even getting the high ground hits there, as Hindustani's, of course, very, very strong. Gets 2 light cav before ultimately dying.
Yeah, but once Yo pushes there with a siege, I can already see Vilesa instantly doing a castle, like next to his monastery and town center. He almost got a stone for it already. Continuing university, he's already thinking about Imperial Age. Look at his res compared to Yo, that is low on everything. Yo is even doing pikemen. He's committing to Castle Age. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't hate it because, again, knowing that if my opponent gets to heavy camel plus hand cannoneer, I'm probably dead as Burgundians. So if I just keep all the map control as much as possible and just try and push by, like, early Imperial Age, that feels like a route to victory for this one.
Yeah, well, he can see, he's gonna siege workshop. You need a castle, Vilesa, not a siege workshop. Vilesa? He doesn't have a market, so he couldn't buy the stone. Now he can drop the stone. He's up to him, but he needs that castle and he needs it now. Because he won't be able to deal with the pikemen. Okay, he's doing a castle a bit more at the back. Not the worst.
Yeah, that should be perfectly fine. Looks like Yo will win the light cav scuffle to the north. We got a monk and some camels to the side, and it should be 4-1 relics in favor of the Hindustanis player, which is going to be a nice advantage. Got a couple rams coming in, some pikemen there to support it, but the castle's going to be up in just a moment, and I didn't really see Vilissa taking some significant damage here. And he's even going to get squires for the incoming gulams.
Yeah. I mean, he got to save some villagers. He's losing villagers to the Mangonel. I don't think his Mangonel will come out on time, because the rams are doing the damage. I do want to see a wall by Vilessa on the other side, though, to secure his economy. Because he now has a momentum, like, that he needs to use, and just don't get raided.
Yeah, pikemen being garrisoned to the ram is a cute little move there from Mr. Yo. We saw it all the way back in game number 1 on Castra with the pikemen garrisoned in the ram, and we're coming full circle in this series. Castle coming in here for Yo, but obviously Vilissa is so much faster. That said, Yo has a numbers lead right now. The rams are going to try and knock down the TC, but Vils are there.
Yeah. And Yo now clicks up, but Vilessa is more than 2 minutes faster. And I think he's at a good spot. He's like, okay, he's now going for the wall. I love it on the right side. He's a bit behind him with villagers, but quite faster to him. He has a university, so he should aim for chemistry, I guess. And
I mean, yeah, it feels like, again, you get some Shiitake hand cannoneers and use those to buy time until you can get to a bunch of imp camels in front, and it feels like you just win the video game.
Yeah, for sure. But let's see, it's still even. It still could go either way. Less instantly going for chemistry, that's really good. Castle for Yo is up. Traps are coming. I want to see a full wall at the bottom between the wall and the castle of Vilessa, because Lightcav can hover there and just be safe. Just be safe. Focus next to the PC and the castle. But I don't see any ranges. He's doing block printing. Vilessa does love his monk. Camels are coming for the Mangonel. Get it?
There's actually going to be ranges here for Yo. He's going to get to his own Halb hand cannon combo.
Makes sense.
Okay, there's the walls coming in front of the castle, which you asked for.
He's getting fletching too, just as the Mangonel cannot reach his trap. He's working on the castle of Yo already, and Yo is adding some costiliers. But where are the ranges of Vilessa? I feel like Yo is getting the production buildings quite faster.
Well, there's one coming in, but obviously that is not exactly going to be the best production in the world. And Yo is going to hit Imperial Age here in just a second. And he's even going to be grabbing the score lead with it for at least a little while. He has lots of resources. He's getting chemistry immediately, getting some other relevant range upgrades anyway from a double blacksmith.
But Vilessa is housed like crazy. He only now noticed only 2 villagers. He needs way more houses. He cannot produce cannons. He's losing valuable time. The times in which he needs to do damage. And that might hurt him later on quite a bit.
Yeah, tried to sneak some vills up to the north to maybe drop some stables, which, I mean, would be good, but Yo is discovering that. And even if we favor Vilessa's Civ in an extended game, we still have to consider the fact that this is Mr. Yo, right? He tends not to lose games where he's not super behind by the time we get to post-Imperial Age. And we're getting Halbs going, we're getting chemistry in, and it feels like he's setting himself up pretty well.
Yeah, but Vilessa already got shotgunny, so he got the extra range on his hand cannoneers. He's already going for heavy camel. So as long as he gets the numbers of the engineers, he should be fine. He got 3 ranges now. He finally got his houses up. Villager numbers, small advantage for Yo, and with military too, but I still feel like the game is quite even. The Costiliers are gonna dive on the Trebs. Charge attack. Oh no. And the Mangonels might get the others. Oh no, Vilessa.
Oh no. Oh, Castle. Does he get another shot off? It does.
But the Treb?
Oh, but the Treb shot.
Oh, he missed it. But repair.
Heavy camel not in yet. No. Halb is in. The Custelier are in here as well. Hand cannons are out. They got Shiitake. But is it going to be enough here for Vilessa, who's just trying to switch into pikemen? Huh?
Yeah, that's unnecessary, I feel like. Maybe he doesn't believe he will have enough gold for both engineers and camels. I don't know. He recovered a bit here. He's still behind in economy, a few villagers. I don't know. He needs cannons, I feel like. He has one that he's not using.
Yeah, got some monks going for some conversions. I mean, yes, guys, the Burgundian cannoneers do more damage, but it doesn't really matter that much when you can just out-micro them with 2 extra range, which is super significant here for Hindustanis. So that's one of the big reasons that I think we're saying that Hindustanis should be better here in a late game, in theory.
Yeah, look at the castle by Mr. Yo and his base. Gonna deny that wood lane from Vilesa. Yeah. He needs to move from there. He's also planning something on the right side. I'm not sure what. He sent villagers forward, but he cannot pass through.
Plate mail in, getting chain barding armor and blast furnace, so getting all the blacksmith upgrades now is Mr. Yo. He does have his Burgundian bombards, which it's kind of like getting siege engineers for free, except you don't get the extra range. So still going to be a pretty decent advantage. You got the skirms mixed in here as well, and I mean Yo is nicely ahead in resources, and he's still pushing the front of his opponent's base.
Yeah. I mean, ooh, the hussars diving in now. We can never trust those Palisade. Some camels should go there and chase. Not one camel. Some. Yo is a skirms.
Both of the bombards of Yo went down at the front of his base, and that's going to be a very expensive loss. Vilsa has a big army value lead, although he's got a lot of idle vills. He's losing several vills on the side as well, as Yo's looking to also push on the right side.
Oh, look at that castle. Yeah, Villas should drop back a bit and do the wall, like, at the back. He can see the castle. He should react to that, because that can be super annoying later on. Can he get the trap? Cannon needs a shot. Yeah, got it.
He does. Velasa hanging in. A cap ram even coming in for Yo. I mean, Burgundians don't have great rams, but I guess it can get the job done. A decent bombard cannon hit onto the hand cannoneers, and Vilasa now back in even in population.
Yeah, I don't like that wall that he's doing, because he will not finish it. The castle will go up. So he should just drop back a bit. And, well, I don't know how you should even play it. Maybe try and raid. Okay, that's the wall that I wanted from Vilesa. Makes way more sense, but he lost some villagers. And 120, 135. But he has more military now. Oh, it's a cannon.
Much stronger army. Cannon survives for the time being, but I mean, you got better hand cannoneers and you got better skirmishers. You got the camels in the front as well. Yo trying to find a decent angle with the bombard cannon against the trebuchet, but is unsuccessful, and he is getting pushed a little bit further and further back.
Yeah, Vilesa started to take ground his economy. Well, he's good. 49 farmers, getting Hussar now, getting Blast Furnace. Yo, 43 farmers has a lot on wood. Yo, 66 on wood, I mean.
That's way too many.
A lot. Okay. But Vilesa gotta be careful. Like, that push, Yo is now through. He has a ram. He needs, like, okay, he's doing a siege workshop, but he needs to pay attention there. Do Hindustanis get fortified walls?
Yes.
Yes, he should do it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, big fight.
And actually, no, he's missing +4 defense for his cavalry. It's the one blacksmith upgrade that he can research that he's missing, and that's going to be an important one in terms of tanking skirmisher fire.
Yeah, he needs it for sure. Vilesa forward in a castle. Gotta take the gold there. But Yo is coming. Yo is coming on the other side. That I really feel like that will be the weak point of Vilesa. It might cost him the game.
But Yo needs to actually bring those rams forward. I hate the stone walls that's immediately behind the other stone walls, because cap rams deal blast damage, so you're dealing two at the same time. There needs to be a one-tile gap at least.
Yeah.
Look at this. Siege engineers coming in. The cannons of both hand and bombard variety doing work.
Ooh, but look at that onager for Yo. So he can now cut either through the middle or next to that wall. Fortified wall now incoming. That's good. But he needs... Okay, he's doing a cannon now. He needs to stop that, as I said. And Vilesa has a lot of stuff to pay attention to, saving the cannoneers. No, still getting a hit. Trap is going for that castle. Oof, so who is winning? I honestly have no idea.
I still like Villas' position more. He's got the better long-term civ. He's got 4 relics to 1. Yo is pushing from the side, however. He's got Onager. He can cut through the middle. And, I mean, I guess he's got his own Hussars with which to raid. But it's a very tricky situation. It still feels like either player can win it, so it's just going to come down to late-game control.
Yeah. And again, Yo is through. Villas has no defender. He needed either a castle or he needs some stables there. He's losing the cannon. He now noticed because he garrisons the villagers, but he needs to react there. And that's the problem, because, like, what is he gonna send? He sends camels or halves. He sends 10 cannoneers or costiliers. Like, he needs to deal with that.
It's so tough because, yes, Yo is going to be on paper the better Imperial Age player, but Villas set himself up very nicely in the early to mid game, and he's got the better civ in this situation. So, do those things cancel out? Is somebody going to be able to get a little bit of a lead? Yo's grabbing Onager right now, and he's opening up the front on many different locations, which he absolutely needs to do because his army is going to be much worse in a straight-up fight. But Villas is continuing to press forward, and can Yo hang on here?
Well, he's holding for now. He needs to take those castles down to push. He's about to take the one castle on the wood line. He needs to get rid of those cannons. Oh, Yo coming back into the... He wanted to kill the trap and he came back into the range. And now Villas can push there. But how does he stop the push at home, Villas? You know it's happening. You reacted. You put the villagers in the TC. You gotta react to that.
Even just a few Custelier or great raiding units, and heck, Halbs, sure, why not here for Yo? Of course, no Halb available to the Hindustanis. It's one of the advantages Burgundians have here in the late game. And Yo did get Vineyard, so even though that's not going to be as good as 4 relics even with Grand Trunk Road, it's at least going to be something to help keep up his gold units. And, I mean, this is still anyone's game. The pop is quite close, but an Onager cut through the middle, John Slow.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's a disaster. Look how many villagers. 50 villagers, that's almost half of his economy exposed, and Villas doesn't have anything there. Yo is just overrunning Villas. Villas is focused on one spot and he's not really advancing in it, and Yo is just attacking him everywhere he can.
It's his only way to win this game, because if Yo is trying to force a big fight here, like, there's just no way to beat the Hindustani army as Burgundians. Not with Chautauqua hand cannoneers that are fully upgraded. He had the camels in the front, but now Yo is trying to push this back everywhere, and Villas is struggling to deal with everything everywhere all at once. It won too many Academy Awards for him.
Yeah, I mean, he still has more military, but he's not using it. All of his military on the left is doing nothing. Yo is defending with 2 cannons. In the middle, he kind of stopped it with camels. But, well, let's see. He has some pikemen now that he's not using. Cavalier incoming from Mr. Yo. Villas needs to boom a bit more now. He lost quite a few villagers. He's down to 102. Yo is also struggling a bit, like 117, but he can produce more and he just doesn't want to.
Yeah, and Yo's at least starting to distribute his villagers better. He's getting a lot of farms up in the back of his base. No crop rotation or guilds in yet, which is always unfortunate, but you're still working there. He still has 1 extra gold available for Villas. He still has plenty in the bank, but it just feels like there has been a momentum switch in favor of Yo as Villas has really struggled to clean that up, but he's still doing it eventually.
Yeah, and he did an economy. I love it. He's on the wood line, but he should have walled. Whereas the Hussar and the Halbs are coming in now. You can still get a lot of villagers there. There isn't really military from Villas there. He's adding 2 town centers in the south too. He kind of stopped the push on the right side, but he still has a lot of stuff to deal with.
I mean, his population is still at least pretty good. You got the Hussars here, which are, of course, better for Hindustanis.
The Hussar on the cannons!
Oh, but in come the Cavalier!
Oh, if he can get the cannons, I think he would love this. Okay, he got 2 out of the 3, but the Cavaliers are coming in. Where's the camels? We have no camels. Even though Villas has gold.
Yeah, the thing is, he has the gold. He's got the 4 relics. He's got the gold on the side, and then he's even got Grand Trunk Road, which is super guilds, remember. It's not just the better gold income. You also get a better version of guilds. And the cannons are out of position, though.
What are they doing there? How did they get there?
Vilissa walling up on the side. His population's dropping a bit, though. Yo has 74 villagers killed to 20 losses. It still feels like he's dictating the pace of the game, even though his army is only 2/3 the value of his opponent.
Paladin. Paladin incoming.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell is this game?
It's a darn good one to end this series. And
sure.
I am just glad that we are here for it.
Yeah? Is this like... This is definitely one of the best series. I don't know if it's the best one we had in Wallhalla, but it's definitely at the top.
Definitely a top few series for sure, at least so far, because we still have several more sets to finish out this tournament. Yo is still missing that last armor upgrade on the Paladins, which is kind of awkward. That's a lot of Paladins in a tiny choke point, but they make their way through. That's so many cannons, John Slow.
Oh no. Camels are coming, but a bit too late. The cannons are gonna go down, I think. Probably? Should be
Hindustani camels are a silly unit.
I mean, he doesn't have Imperial camel, but big problem now for Villesse, out of gold.
Sort of. Yo is also out of gold.
Both are out of gold. Yeah, there is no more gold on the map.
No more gold. They literally mined out the map, guys.
Okay. Wood game, let's go.
I am ready for it. I don't have anything better to do with my day today.
Well, Cloudo gotta go to the toilet soon, so...
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, it's the double corgi problem here.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I mean, you have heavy camel plus hand cannoneer support, even the trash unit upgrades here for Villissa. In theory, this should be really good for him, but it feels like Yo, in terms of the army movement, is just playing his opponent like a fiddle.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where the relics of Villesse are. I can see one.
Yes.
I'm not sure where is the other.
Oh, it's
okay,
right next
in
to,
front of the
his
castle, yeah.
Yeah, kind of hidden.
Big fight. Big fight, and Villesse rewalling, no reinforcement.
Oh, nicely done there. The Halbs are doing a lot of damage to the camels. And of course, they don't cost gold, the camels do. At the same time, that's a lot of the paladins that are dying, and it's like, Yod has this giant mountain to overcome compositionally, and two of the bombards survive.
He didn't get him!
The extra armor!
What? Dude, all the paladins went down for one cannon. Okay.
Oh, one extra melee armor, man, and the fact that Yo still doesn't have plate barding armor himself.
Big push zone coming out from Yo on the right side. Villesse doing a castle. Yo actually has like 1500 stones that he can sell, I guess, if he really wants gold, because he's not really using castles. Villesse is kind of cornered in the south. Yo has full map control at the moment, but Villesse has a better military, I guess, right? So...
Yeah. Still has the hand cannon master. Don't want to lose anything to castle fire, though. Every gold unit really counts for
oh, but the hand cannoneers are off position.
Oh, don't let the hussars in!
You let them in. There are so many pikemen, but send the pikemen.
The pikemen need to be in position themselves, though.
Okay. Are the cannons gonna survive it again? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's oh no.
Not enough. Yes, we do have vineyards in. So remember, guys, vineyards is basically around 40 villagers or so is an extra relic worth of gold income. And so Yo has essentially almost 2 extra relics, but that's still worse than Villissa.
Yeah. And Yo is coming. He's using that stone not for gold, but for a castle. He's trying to attack on the right side again. The push on the left is completely over. Yo is trying to push there with one ram. I kind of feel like Villesse is out of steam to push. He's only focused on defense now.
It feels like Yo is continuing to pressure from all these different angles, and Villas is like running around trying to, you know, put up as many defenses as possible. But Yo has just been the one who's been dictating the pace of this game ever since the push to the side started with the castle drop. And Villas is struggling to be everywhere he needs to. Yo still has around a grand worth of gold. He's undercutted his way in from the side once again. And the army values are finally evening out, and Villas is running out of gold.
Yeah, he's trying to raid a bit now with hussars on the left side, but it's under a castle, so it's not that effective. Both are popped, which is nice. Yo is raiding with halbs in the middle. Oh boy, what a game.
This is just a fantastic game of AoE2, and You know, it's Hideout, right? Hideout can deliver these long, epic battles from time to time. And Onager does get sniped. And, I mean, Yo himself is out of gold. He spent his last sort of chunk of gold here on these Paladins that still don't have the last armor upgrade, as are his Hussars missing that. And I don't think, if he hasn't figured that out now, I don't think he's going to figure it out anytime soon.
Look how many
And the
villagers are
Hussars
going down!
raiding.
One raid, like, Vilesi didn't raid the whole game. Now with one raid, he takes Yo below 100 villagers. And look how many villagers are exposed! There are 35 more! Yo!
It's this bucolic paradise of farming here in the northwest of the map
God.
that is just getting absolutely cut to ribbons by Villasa, who's refusing to give up. Yo's still pushing from the side, but he's at 85 vills and dropping.
Oh my god. 85 villagers. But that gives him space for 106 military, so...
Yeah, and look at this, he's just storming right through the middle of the map.
Oh my god. I have no idea who's winning. I still feel like Yo is maybe at a better position because he has the map control. He just took the castle down, which is huge for him. So Vilesa's economy is exposed, at least at the south. But let's see. Yo can easily recover. Like, how many top centers does he have?
He's
only
on 4
3.
TCs.
Ah, 4, right. That's okay.
That's enough for the stage of the game.
Yeah.
Paladins here still trying to get some more damage done. 8k army value for Yo. Villasa seems to be falling apart a little bit, just cannot take these good fights, which is weird to say with his KD advantage being enormous. But, I mean, again, it's just Yo choosing where to fight and when.
But
and
the
that can
traps,
easily win you a game.
the cannons,
A lot of gold. Yeah.
they're all down and he's out of siege, so how to push? Well, he's just sending everything. Go in.
I mean, without any castles, you don't need the siege. Still, Villasa's hanging in there. The populations are even. The Vill counts are even. Army values are even as well. Those pikemen, though, missing that last armor upgrade is so painful. They're going to die so easily. You still have some hand cannons alive as well. 82 kills on them.
Yeah, but Vilesa is now struggling. He's... Well, both are not popped, but Vilesa military numbers are not looking great anymore. He's down to 47. Some of them pikemen that are just dying. He needs me shield in front of him. Oh, look at that castle by Yo. That's a brave castle.
1 hour into the game, guys, Yo built a castle on the smoldering remains of his opponent's starting TC. Is this going to be enough to bring Yo with a reverse sweep? I mean, Villasa just looked like the better player after game number 2 today. Yo realizes he can't get the castle down right there. There are too many cannons left alive.
Absolutely crazy.
There you go. Even Viper's viewers showing up here at the end as 1
Thank you,
hour into this
Viper.
game decider game. Welcome, everybody.
Yo, Vilesa needs to quick pull. No, the Hussars are in, and that's a lot of villagers. Oh no. This is looking like Zen. Vilesa has a score lead, but look at the military numbers. 90 to 36. He's out of military. He cannot stop that anymore.
He just seems to be running out of gas at this point. Of course, Yo, way more resources collected. He's got the castle. He has just constricted this entire map away from Villasa. That even with 3,000 less gold collected and counting, Yo has the much cleaner eco behind it. It was really just the Hussar raid, only the one that really got to Yo's eco.
Yeah, seems like Vilesa is getting out of space soon. He's
Yeah.
running out of wood even, maybe. Like, if this continues like that. He lost the middle, he lost his base. Like, he has no base anymore. And Yo has full map control.
He does. He's continuing to send these Hussars forward. He's got maybe just enough gold now left over to start to mix in some trebuchets. And yet, it's like, where do you even go in this game at this point as Villasa without any gold units? It's going to be really tough because your pikemen are so bad.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Yo, well, maybe actually that raid that Vilesa did with the Hussars allowed Yo to win the game because it gave him space for the military, and that military made this push into the US's economy now. Like, Yo has double the military. Looking rough.
It feels like Yo's been very gold efficient this game. You know, he's sacked a lot more trash units than gold units. And there's just a lot of camels that were dying at the front, much more so than like Hustilier or anything like that. And there's like just enough paladins. Velissa still is at 180 pop. He's got 3 bombards randomly to the side. Okay, but he needs to protect them.
Yeah, but he now has no access to wood. He finished all the wood in the south. And now he's desperately trying to find a spot. Well, I mean... Ah, dude, he's attacking the cannon from between the tree and the house. Save it!
Oh, no! Oh, there you go. I mean... The Hindustani hand cannons are an insane unit. 136 kills on them in this game 5 here. 1 bombard gets sniped there by Yo, who again has just enough gold for a few siege weapons.
What a game.
And now,
what a
okay, look at this.
series.
Wood to the west.
Well, he's getting some wood.
Yeah?
But... Hussars are coming.
And you know what? Yo is not walled. I mean, this is Wallhalla after all. It's still a mostly walled map, but now the Hussars are coming in right there.
On the
pouncing
skirms.
on top of those skirmishers.
Oh no. Vilas is still trying, he believes. But I think it's gonna be tougher and tougher for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how do you gain map control at this point? You're trying to seed some more farms over to the side. You're trying to get some raids in, but I mean, your Hussars have to go such a long way through all of Yo's reinforcements to even get to his farming eco. So it's really, really tough to actually make that work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Vilasa still holds. I mean, he still is above 90 villagers, but it's dropping his res bank. He still has 60 farms somehow. But the wood is become problematic.
Yeah, only 13 villagers on wood at this point. Yo has killed 233 villagers this game.
Wow. Wow.
And yeah, honestly, an onager just to cut the trees between the 2 players. It would be a little troll, but it actually would be good considering how little
it would be great.
Villas has.
It would starve him of wood completely. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually an amazing move. But even without it,
Yeah, even without it, he still is almost certainly going to win this game. The villagers are trying to just... All they want to be is a lumberjack, and yet Yo's not going to let them.
yeah. I feel so bad for Villas now. Being 8-0 in the main event, just to
Yeah.
lose 3 in a row and go out. But what a comeback by Mysterio. Like, absolutely
just-
crazy.
Villas has still played well throughout the entirety of this series. It's just Yo kicked it into another gear when his back was up against the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I mean, just what an incredible game. I mean, it's been a great series overall, but just a fantastic end, and it looks like Yo... He still doesn't have the score lead, by the way. It might be flipping in a moment, but it's just... This is how close this game was.
Insane. Insane. What a way to finish the day.
The relics could even get ungarrisoned soon. It looks like Yo is going after the monastery.
Yeah.
That's not where you want to be as Vilasa.
I mean, he's getting some wood now right on the left side of the map. But, oh, gonna snipe the trap here. Villas, good job saving the castle, buying himself some more time. His cannons are still alive. But he's now quite low on the villagers, 82 only. He has only 2 tone centers, so it's even tough to reboom. And now the big Hussar raid on the wood, like, ay.
And Yo knows exactly where he needs to go, right? You just go where your opponent is trying to take wood. It's not often that Hideout becomes a wood game unless you're Dark Noob, said the man whose average game time is 1 hour and 6 minutes long. But even so, this is it's looking pretty over at this point. 126 pop for Vilasa, only 4 on wood.
Yeah. He believes he doesn't want to go out like that. Villessa wanted to go far in Wallhalla. He made it far, but seems like he will not be in the semifinals on Saturday.
But, I mean, still, for somebody who we honestly tend to count out a lot these days in most tournaments, Villessa showed up this tournament. I mean, he pushed Mr. Yo, of all players, to the brink, the defending champion and a top 5 player in the world. Yeah. And he shows that, you know, with if a map pool can suit him, he is still absolutely dangerous with his smart play. It's just not quite enough today.
Yeah, and even before that, I mean, Kingston just been to the Garrison 3-0.
Yeah.
Antagonist Pitato 3-0. Like, crazy tournament by Villessa.
Yeah, and I think it just goes to show that so many of the S-tier tournaments have very similar settings, that with these big but not quite as big tournaments like Wallhalla, that we're able to sort of tweak the settings a little bit, and suddenly things look a lot more competitive.
Yeah. And we have walls, which always makes things fun.
Well, I mean, that just makes it more fun.
Well, Villessa now, 66 villagers. Looking tougher and tougher. 5 only on wood. I think the end is coming. Well, I think a question we need to ask ourselves. Would the Dark Noob call it? And...
oh man,
I think
the
no.
Classic WWDD. What would Dark Noob do?
I mean, he still has a good mass of hand cannoneers and 3 cannons, so maybe he believes, and he's kind of pushing Yo back a bit. But Yo is now taking Tom Sedgers down in the south with halves. And Villessa has 70 villagers, but of them, how many are idle? 27, so it's not great.
I mean, it's a terrifying blob of Shiitagni hand cannoneers, and it's a testament to how silly this unit is, that they're still staying alive, but it's just going to be so difficult to replace each lost hand cannoneer. 182 kills on this hand cannoneer blob, but Yo has the right idea going after the TCs. He knows it's a wood control situation for Villessa, who has 0 wood in the bank.
Yeah. His queue is now 5 hussars. That's it. His only option is to snipe the king. But we don't have a king, so...
wrong map!
Yeah, wrong map. Well... I don't know.
The game is winding down, and of course Villessa fighting for his tournament life here. You can't blame him for that. It's been such a close series and such a close game. But I don't see Yo slipping up.
Yeah. With no wood, I mean... What? Wait, he's taking wood somewhere. Okay, he's back to the wood on the left.
West, yeah.
He still believes. He still has 36 farmers, so he can still do some hussars. He has 10 hand cannoneers in the queue all of a sudden. But he's losing cannons now. Oh no. Oh no. Can he save it? He saved it actually, but the hand cannoneers are now exposed. No meat shield. How many left? 21.
We're below 100 pop right now as Villessa. The TCs are under threat. I mean, the cap drams, honestly, from Yo, as mediocre as Burgundian Ram play typically is, I mean, you're looking at just being able to push through the buildings in a way that you just wouldn't be able to do if you only had some bombard cannons.
Yeah. Villessa, he still believes, but now the skirms are coming. I think once the cannons go down, like, any dream will be over. Because cannot push anymore. It's gonna lose the TC. Wait, where did the ram go? I don't know.
It's going after the monastery.
Ah, okay. Okay. Villessa...
Oh man, I feel bad. He's just microing his heart out. He's just doing whatever he can to keep himself in this game, but Yo's queue is not getting any smaller anytime soon. One of the relics have now been ejected.
Dude, those 22 hand cannoneers killed 155 units. I have never seen anything like that, I think.
Actually, it was on this map. It was a castle from Tato on some hideout game. He was Byzantines, and the castle had 300 kills.
Really?
That's the most amount of kills I've seen on anything.
Oh, the cannons! No! Yeah, no more cannons. Monastery down. Vilesa down to 94 population. He doesn't want to leave Valhalla. He
And
believes.
who would, man? So many fun games in this tournament. He played such a great series. Adding in a few more Rams is needed. There's only one TC left, and you're just losing bills left and right.
Yeah, and now both monasteries are down. Vilesa is doing
He's
a monastery
making
at the
one in the
back. He's moving relics there, but
there's the
GG.
GG called, and what a game, what a series, and well done for Yo.
Reverse sweep, absolutely crazy. What a comeback by Mr. Yo. It was looking so over for him after the first two games. Vilesa played so good. But Yo is Yo, dude. He cannot let anyone win those clan events. He has to have them all. This is my
You're
territory.
trying to win my event, Vilesa. 400 plus more units made by Yo this game.
Absolutely crazy game. Crazy serious. And Mr. Yo is our second semi